foundation work of a club building towards the future. So well done, Daniel Lackenby. As he said, final home game here in charge of the Rams. They finish off next week away at Lobethal. So both sides just going through their final preparations, final huddles at each end of the ground before we get stuck into this round 17 game. As we've said, of course, brought to you by Chris Shaw Accounting and Mortgage Choice, and also thanks to Nairne's club sponsors for the day, Gage Road Brewery, Salute, Adelaide Hills Toyota and Ray White. Thank them very much for their support. And of course, the umpires today, Mark Smith and Cameron Rule as field umpires, boundary umpires Kirk and Matner and Carpenter, and in the goals we have Ramon Mollier and the veteran Neville Clark will be handling the duties with the flags. So, all in readiness, as the boys reported before, very good conditions here, almost spring-like. In August, as I said, had a bit of rain in the Adelaide Hills during the week, but the gales come up pretty well, looking pretty firm there. A few little soft patches, I suggest, out here in front of the Dreammaker and the Gumtree Wing, but apart from that, things are looking good. As Nairne looking like they'll be kicking towards the town end, so there's a bit of a handy breeze here, as has been shown in the previous matches. Of course, the last two games here going to 1 point in the Senior Colts and then the Bees, so we're looking forward to another ring-ding battle here. So it'll be Daniel Sherwin Ruck, he'll be taking on Isaac Binder here. So, umpire holds the ball off. We're underway. Round 17 action. Quarter wild. Shell gets a tap down, lurking already there at ground level was Johnny Greenslade. Good to see him back in the side. Also in there was Nick Yench for the Rams. Ball held up. So, umpire Rule will come in wearing the cap this afternoon. Sunny conditions. So, once again, Bind in front spot over the top. But Shell gets down to Greenslade near the pitch area. Crashing through there is Rupchik. Elijah here, joined by youngest brother Izzy this afternoon. Ball held up, so in the cricket pitch area, umpire will come in and once again ball it up. So big men gather again. So it'll be the leaper Shell this time at ground. Level ball comes down. First kick match is through Nick Yedge, drives it forward. Archer Conley, short sleeves this afternoon, close to the boundary line. Wearing him closely was Zach Kuiper, and ball walked over the boundary line. So pretty good even start here, Goldie. As you expect, tough in the trenches already. Important game for Onkas, but also Nairne. They want to finish the season on a good note, being competitive. Comes out to Yench, toe pokes it forward. Once again, Kuiper getting it. Sorry, it was Matty Dean. Gets out the back door, clearing kick by Jeffries out wide. Here's a chance for Waldham if it sits for him. He's under pressure there from Carissa. He's actually corralled by Carissa. Umpire Rule actually rules it was held to him, so he'll come in and bowl it up. Wing area right in front of Daniel Lackenby. Wearing the glasses this afternoon, Goldie, for the first time this season. Maybe you can see what he's doing, but he was inspired last night by watching Harry Potter movies with his daughter.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, perfect conditions, as you said, Pistols. I can't see a cloud in the skies, a few birds flying overhead. And we have gone 2 minutes in the opening quarter. Neither side on the board yet. Of course, this is Daniel Lackenby's final game in charge of the Rams at Nairne. He's got one more game next week in charge. And, of course, Onka's looking to cement a final spot. All important for them. Kick forward, Leonard. Beautiful mark against his opposing number 12 in May. He's got an opportunity here to go back and kick his first goal for the day and Onka's first goal. Of course, he's the leading goal kicker this year, Pistols, after injury interrupted past few seasons. Good to see him back and firing in a Onka's forward line that's starting to look pretty potent with Adcock and co down there, and he's missed. So minor score there for the Dogs' first score of the day, which is a minor one.
I believe last week, Benny, was the first time in 3 seasons that Leonard and Adcock, their two key forwards, that actually played together. Such has been the injury plight for both of them. And as you said, Leonard past Best and Ferris, dual Best and Ferris, so good to have him back. So Waterman brings the ball back in for the Rams out towards the wing area. Binder was the target. Ball comes off hands. Shark there at the back by Chipiana. Gets it to a teammate, drives it centering kick. Good ball there by Powell. We'll see a lot of him this afternoon. Coming wheeling around as Adcock looks support. Gets the ball back here to his partner in crime in Leonard. Ball comes to ground. Desperate defence there by Waterman. Ball coughed up there. Also in there for the Rams. Looked like it might have been one of the younger fellows. Ball held in there. So once again we'll have a ball up. So Lockie May doing the rocket. Got it down here, taken away quickly through the agency of Willis. kick up the line. Here's Darcy Hurrigan down from a long way from home. Ball comes back inside 50, taken there by Greenside. Play on, says umpire Smith. He has a flying shot, but offline. Perhaps would have been better go back and actually have a set shot, but not to be. So 2 points on the board for Onka Valley, and we've played 3.5 minutes first term of quarter wild.
Kurt Waterman bring the ball in here for the Rams. Off he goes, kicks it outside of defensive 50. Binder's the target, over the top is Hurrigan, goes and gets his own crumb. He's wrapped up in the tackle immediately by Damien Green, and they go on with it, those two. 60 metres out now from the Dogs' goal. They've got 2 points inside the opening 5 minutes. So just on the edge of the 50, Daniel Scholl, looking forward to seeing him in action today. Goes to Nick Yensto for the Rams, kick it in the middle of the ground. Good pass. Finds a teammate there in Isaiah Rupchik. Out to Lockie Cross. So Cross inside 50 for the Rams. First inside 50 for them. Over the top of Connolly. Oh, good use of the body. Sinnott there. Tied on the boundary line. What's the umpire going to rule here? It's holding the ball, and it's a free kick to the Rams.
Yeah, Matty Dean trapped there. Was corralled out of nowhere because he had the boundary line and tried to keep the ball in play. And good tackle applied by young Archer Connolly. So here he is in, as we've dubbed it, Benny the Chris Adams pocket right in front of the scoreboard. Very acute angle. Would he try to drop punt or to check side? Talented youngster, one of many in this Rams. Runs around the mark on the left foot.
Oh, beautiful.
That's a great finish by Archer Connolly. And wow, just to start the Rams, we're kicking against the wind here. We can see the flags in the Sean Tate bar area, flapping pretty well towards the Bracunga end. But good goal by Archer Connolly. As we go down to the quick stats, Jaden J and Indy.
Thank you, Pistols. Well, the hitouts currently read 3-5 in Onka's favour, so their stoppage work is still very much up and competitive, but a couple clearances leaked out from Nairne in that last minute of play, so that helped them to advance the ball forward. What about you, Jaden?
8 kicks each at the moment as well, and 5 handballs, 2 for. Tackle count 10-6 in favour of Annan, so they're bringing the pressure early, boys.
So the Rams on the board, all important match in the context of the season. We'll keep you updated on around the ground scores. There's a few matches today that'll have a bearing on the finals. So in the middle, it'll be Binder versus Daniel Scholl. That'll be pivotal. Binder tapped it down, got it to Rupchik. Umpire, what's he going to deem here? It's in the back. Cleverly done there. So another opportunity here for the Rams to go forward. It'll be Elijah Rupchik. Got Betting leading for him, centre-half forward area. Goes to the short pass. Why not? Is that his brother?
McLeod.
Sorry, McLeod. So Grant McLeod. Darcy's leading here. He goes that way. It'll be 2-on-1. Ball hits the deck. Needs some crummers here. The Rams, good forward line pressure, and that's holding the ball. Good second effort. I reckon that's Darcy.
Yeah, I think you're right. Looks like Blake Fanning, I think, has a job on him this afternoon. Darcy gets up, pulls the sock up on that trusty left. So Darcy Hurrigan, leading goal kicker for the Rams with 29 for the season goal. He puts him 5th on the list, which is pretty good effort. So Darcy Hurrigan will kick from, looks like it'll be about 48 metres by the time he contacts the ball towards the town end. So the chance for the Rams to bring up their second straight goal. Second in a couple of minutes, in fact. So Darcy drop punt. Sets on the way, but he's pulled it to the left through for a minor score, but still good enough to give Nairne the lead. They're on 1-1-7. Onkas are 2 behinds, and we come at 7 minutes gone in a quarter wild, because thanks to Chris Shaw Accounting and Mortgage Choice for their support of our live stream this afternoon.
Well, in the second quarter last week against Uradla, they skipped out to a 4-goal lead, the Rams, so they've certainly proven themselves this last month, I'd say, with some good wins. So the Dogs wouldn't want to take this one lightly, with Mount Lofty and co and the Raiders right in the sniff for a final spot. Ball hits the deck. Greenslade coming out at full pelt. The umpire Smith said that's a free kick, so it's Greenslade's way in the shade here. Big gum tree with the shade. Off we go. Kick forward there by Jacob Godden finds Jake Adcock, and he'll have a shot. Only a handful of games this season. And once again, there's that man up the top with the 2 dogs.
There's the Dogs of the day, the Alsatians or Germanships. Only his 3rd game for the year, Gold. He's got 5 in an interrupted season.
No.
Hasn't added to that.
It's out in the full.
In fact, he's missed everything. So out in the full, resultant free kick will go to Lockie May in the back pocket area. As I said, the Dogs up there on the hill. Very lovely rural outlook here.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're joining us online, live stream, let us know where you are, and we're certainly feeling for those people in lockdown. It's great to be able to have some community sport going on here in South Australia. So May nurses the ball up the half-back flank area. Big leap there from Shell. Ball comes off hands, fit out the back here. Sweeping handball into Jeffries. He's corralled, but manages to get his quick kick away. Powell camped under the ball in opposition to Cochleone. Feeds out the handball to Waterman, who in turn feeds up the line to Cross. Gets it back to 1-2 to Waterman. Nurses up the line and finds McLeod there. Sorry, Harry Hollow. Hollow wastes no time. Puts towards centre forward. It's all Dogs back there coming to meet the ball strongly. Was Sinot, gave it off to Lees. Lees goes backwards to Chipiana. Turn gets it back to Fanning. Got a bit of space. Oh, his kick was actually deflected as he got rid of it. Mopped up there by Jeffries. Gets a better kick away to the wing area. Camping his ground, taking a good, courageous mark there was Jacob Carissa.
Off he goes, using that pace over the top of Ben Powell. Coming through there was Cross. Here's Powell, he's a fantastic footballer. Or here's Cross, I should say. Oh, Gamma against his ex-teammates. Does nicely. Handball inboard. Here's an opportunity. Set sail for goal with Carissa. And he steered it to the right. Pistols, another miss.
Yeah, he was involved in that play out the wing with a really courageous mark, holding his ground and then finishing off there, but just couldn't convert to major. So Waterman kicks it back out here to youngster and Duncan Rogers, who played that one-point thriller in the under-18s early in the day. Gets up, Powell's a leaper, got his hands to it, deflects off Dean, comes back into Powell, he's under pressure.
Bit of a support push.
Yeah, manages to get his, that's right. Here's Das, well tracked, bit of candy.
He's waiting.
Left, right, finally run down by Jeffries, got the kick away.
Hollow's pushing down there as well.
Pocket, Jench bundled out of play by Sinot, I think, gets to the DJ Lees, nurses up to Matty Dean, takes a slips catch.
Oh, that's a slips catch.
Oh, yeah, off his shoelaces. Right in front of the scoreboard, 1-1 to 3 behinds at this stage. So Matty Dean, back pocket, half back flank area, puts it wide towards the wing area. Binder there, big leap by Shell, comes off hands to Conley, he's been busy early, puts it back down the corridor. Deflects out, here's a chance for Hollow, feeds out a handball.
Throw.
Illegal disposal, judges the umpire, so
Kuiper.
it will be Zach Kuiper with the resultant free kick for the Dogs' half-back flank area as we've played 10.5 minutes first term.
Off he goes, kicks it. Well, Binder's looking for Shoal. Probably kept his eyes off it there and should have kept him on the ball. Flicking on beautifully is Godden. He'll go over to Shoal, who the players were looking at, wondering where he would be. He goes back to Cochleone, I think it is, Pistols. Here's a chance for Godden. Snap round the corner. And I tell you what, Daniel Lackenby won't be happy with that because the players were looking at Daniel Scholl, wondering where he was, and just kept their eyes off the football there.
Yeah, good call there. And Godden, of course, the son of Adelaide Crow's Sandford coach, Nicky Godden. One of the younger members of the Dogs combination here this afternoon. So, Dogs sees the lead back as we come up to the 11.5 minutes first term there, 1-3. Nairne 1-1, which has been a pretty entertaining start to this round 17 game. It's Dogs still with an opportunity to get the double chance, and Nairne just looking to finish off the season. The nuisance value, that's sure, as we've said, coming in with good wins, 3 from the last 5 games. So back in the centre, Scholl, the leaper against Binder this time, comes down straight down the throat of Vines, breaks clear, puts it into the forwards 50, Adcott's the target. 1 grab, 2 grab, taken by young Rogers there. Well done, young man. For the Rams, puts it out wide. And that's a good, strong mark taken out there by another youngster in Scara.
Off he goes. A little short pass out here. Patient build-up from the Rams. Kick into the middle of the ground. Swiderski's the target. Goes off his right hand. Carissa, he's getting some touches. Looks for Andy Vine, the catfish. Under pressure by a couple of Rams. And umpire Smith says, I will have it right bang smack in the middle of Cuba Logistics Oval in Nairne, and the scoreboard is 1-3 Onkas. Nairne Bremer United 1-1. We've gone 13 minutes in the opening quarter here. Sunny conditions, flick over the top. Tanner was involved, tried to get it to Gamma. Here's Lockie Cross. Snap round the corner, and that's gone out of bounds on the full.
I think he might have been out of bounds when he actually kicked that ball, Goldie. But anyway, they've talked the umpire into it. So, as you said, the ex-Ram Gamma on that left puts it down up forward. Here's Powell intercepting and takes one of those typical marks.
If you had a team of the year, well, hopefully we do for the Hills Football League, he'd be in it.
Well, as Jack Remington said, he could be high up there for the male medal and certainly leading their best and fairest count in the club. Up high, Das Hurrigan gets his hands to it. Ball comes around. Here's a strong play by DJ Lees. Flicks that handball towards Jeffries. He's in all sorts of trouble. Manages to thread his way through. Vine's getting involved, comes back to Lees. Coming, bursting through there, I think, was Sinat. Ball coughed up again. Oh, good work there by young Rupchik. Oh, Izzy. Ball comes back out here. Mussolino. Tanner, the veteran, flicks it out here to Gamma.
Tried to get on that left. He does.
Eventually does as he ran around the corner. Here's a chance for Lockie May. Cruel bounce, so Leonard. May and Leonard close to boundary line. The Academy boys signals out over the line. So we'll be a throw in the wing area just down here from the Dream Maker. Good game of footy. 1-1 plays 1-3 in favour of the Dogs.
So the umpire will throw it into the shadows here, the big gum tree. About 70 metres out from the Dogs' goal. Cleverly tapped on, kicked towards centre wing. A one-on-one contest. Beautiful handball. Try and get that player. Muller. He gets it to Mussolino. Looking for Darcy. Beautiful. Front and centre. Nick Yench put it down. It's a goal. I tell you what, that was set up by Bailey Muller there, Pistols.
Yeah,
great work on the wing.
Yeah, the youngster tapping the ball on and getting around him.
And Mussolino. Good to see him back in the lineup.
Finished. Jay and Indy.
Cheers. Thanks, Pistol. So 29 kicks to 25 in favour of Nairne at the moment. They're smashing him in the tackle count, 25 to 14 at the moment. So Nairne are definitely bringing the pressure today. 17 handballs to 13 in favour of Onkas though, and the marks is 8 to 5 in favour of the Rams. Indy.
Yeah, the inside 50s currently read 7 to 9 in Onka's favour. There's no defiant advantage for either team. Onkas were pretty dominant with the entries early, but Nairne have certainly swung back the momentum a bit. It's very back and forth as well.
So, come out to 15 minutes. Gone in first term here. Good game of footy in the Adelaide Hills. So, big betting. Shoal cleverly flicks it back. First to get there was Mayo. Flicks it back here to Jeffries. Benny Jeffries, the captain, gets a bouncing kick. Godden bundled out of the way by Willis. Comes back from Scara to Willis. He goes to ground, right in front of the coach's box, then goes backwards to get out of trouble. Well done. Young man picks out Benny Powell. So Powell. Oh, kick deflected by Cocciolione. Comes back to Godden, gets it to Mayo over the top here. Comes back to Cocciolione. Puts it inboard. Bit of a mung kick in front there. Young Rogers. Well done, young man. Clearing kick for the Rams out towards the wing area. Target out there is Jens, brings the ball to ground. Big Sheets betting, tries to burst his way through. He's wrapped up by a couple of Dogs, Chipiana being one of them. So umpire rule will come in and ball it up. So betting will do the ruck work against Shell. Shell to Leaper, fists it forward, sits for Vines, gathers it, puts it inside 50. Is a target for Leonard. Got his hands to it, well sport by Lockie May though. Disciplined play by the young Rams defender, puts the ball out over the boundary line. And a boundary contest will result. So good defensive acts at both ends of the ground here. And the Rams, as the boys said, certainly bringing the pressure with their tackle count and also defensive work at the moment. So May and Leonard will do the ruck work. Ball comes down, they're trying to sneak through. There is Greenslade. Good clearing kick there by the Nairne Rams. I think it was through Rupchik. Puts the ball out over the boundary line in the other pocket. Could it be last touch? Umpire's just conferring here. Yes, it'd be last touch. So Johnny Greenslade will have a kick from the left forward pocket at the Procunga end of the ground. Very acute angle. Should be familiar with the check side, having spent a few years down at Sturt, which he goes for. But unfortunately, it doesn't come around enough. So through for a minor score. For the Doggies, move on to 1-4. Nairne 2-1 here. 17 minutes gone first term. Round 17 called a while. Coming here from Cube Logistics Oval in Nairne. Of course, thanks to Mortgage Choice and also Chris Shaw Accounting Goldie.
So, Kurt Waterman retrieves the ball from the car park area and he'll bring it in. Good start from the Rams. 2-1, leading by 3-1s against Onkas. And we've gone 18 minutes, as Pistol said, first quarter action. Opportunity here for the Dogs, though. Dan Scholl, he's a danger man. Right half forward flank. Penetrating kick forward. He's got some tall timber down there.
Oh.
But it goes over the top of Adcock, and that's a good mark there by Waterman.
Yep.
Second in line in the bus. He goes with a short pass out here. Finds a teammate in young teenager Duncan Rogers, who obviously played Senior Colts a few games ago. He goes up the wing, just towards us in the Dream Maker. Kuiper goes up for the Dogs. Darcy Hourigan coming through, and neither player could grab the mark there in the shadows here. And we've gone 18 minutes, and it's 3 points the margin, about 70, 75 metres out from the Dogs' goal.
So wing area. Show over the top once again, got a double hit. Stolen away by Mussolino. Good to see him back in action. Puts it out wide. Here's a foot race on Chipiana. Goes to youngster and Skara. Chipiana, the veteran, wins out. Handball's full, but in the meantime, the academy boy says the chip must have infringed the boundary line. So the ball will be brought back. So bit of a let off there as Onkas was streaming towards goal. So Big Sheets betting. Former Peninsula boy against Scholl. Shoulder leaper. Gets his hands to it. Fisted forward. There's McLeod around the corner. The boy from the Wimmera puts it high. Chance for Skara. Got his hands to it. Once again, Chipiana in close position to him. Ball goes to ground. And umpire rule will come in and ball up. So 19 minutes just about expired here. Rams with their noses in front. 2-1 to 1-4. Good game of footy here. Coming to you on Call of the Wild. Trust you're enjoying it. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're in lockdown, bouncing ball gathered by Jeffrey. Swung but gets a handball away. Crashing through there. Oh, well taken there. I think it was Muller. Gets to a teammate. Gets a quick kick away. Here's a chance for Jens. Playing in front there is Sinot. Gets a handball headed to the wing here. It's Gamma, the racehorse, back on home turf where he played for many years. Puts it here. Dropping back is Lockie May. And the youngster takes a relieving intercept mark.
He does, and he kicks it low out towards the half-back flank, finds Waterman. Rams defence playing well. Short pass to Conley. Keen to move it in quickly to Swiderski. He's got the zinc on his nose. Not the best kick, and it's turnover here to Riley Sinnott for the Dogs in the middle of the ground. Daniel Scholl went over the top of his head. Here's a chance for the Rams to go forward towards centre forward area betting. Front centre's Rupchik. Oh, good tackle. Jeffrey's got the handball away. That's holding the ball, isn't it? No, umpire lets it go. Great gang tackling from the Dogs, and eventually they earn a free kick, I should say. Dan Scholl and Green, the tackler there. And the player on the mark there just wondering what's going on.
Yeah, McLeod it was. Ball comes down here. Vines lurking, gathered there by Powell. His tackle goes to ground under pressure. Ball flicks out the back here, taken by the zinc cream man. Swiderski gets it. Oh, good attempt and mark there for Nairne. Ball coughed up. It was McLeod. Ball coming out. Very scrambly football with the pressure. Comes to the slug in green. Gets a quick kick away. Here's a chance for Gamma once again. Turns around the invisible man. Gets on his left foot. Puts it up here. Off hands from Adcock. Taken there by young Rogers. 3 or 4 times defensive. He gets on the Barry to Barrow out there towards Skara once again. Bursting through there is Jeffries, looks for support backwards. Oh,
good
Sinnott
tackle.
Runs into a heavy guard there in betting. Holds him up, so the umpire will come in and ball up. So good game of footy at the moment, Goldie. Tough in the trenches.
Half forward line for the Dogs. They trail by 3 points. The Rams just slightly got the upper hand here, but the Dogs getting some repeat forward entries. Free kick here. It's going.
Mayo threw the ball out in front of him, but held on a bit too long.
Mayo will kick it to within 30 metres out from goal. Leonard's the target. Good cut off there by Powell at the back of the bus. Chance for Adcock. Just couldn't get down. Flicked on. Here's Andy Vines. 2 Rams wrapped up. That's holding the ball. Yes, it is. Great tackling there from Powell and Swiderski.
Yeah, good call. As you said, the pressure there, and we'll get down to the boys soon with the stats, but I suggest the tackle count would have been increased for the Rams. So Benny Powell, as said, having an outstanding season, not only for the Rams, but also played rep footy. So there's the ball, half-back flank area, big betting at the back of the bus, got his hands to it. Not paid, ball comes further afield. Young Archer Conley there, just couldn't control the ball. And last touch paid, yes, unfortunately, so it looks like it'd be Jeffries. Although the academy boys signalled that they couldn't judge, so comes back for a boundary throw in. So big men gather, 2 number 9s betting. For Nairne, ball comes out the back, lurking there's McLeod, gives the old don't argue as he fends off an opponent, puts it forward, and Matty Dean out bustles his opponent there and takes a mark. It was Harry Hollow, gets it across here to Jeffries, edge of the cricket pitch, goes long, straight down the guts, push out there from Powell, but he's good enough second grab to take the mark in opposition to Cocciolione for the Dogs. So Benny Powell, already a high stat count this afternoon in the first term, puts it out wide here. I think it's Joe Skara got a bit of a treatment there as he flew for that mark. So either too high or the mark is paid. So Skara on the coaching box side wing. As I said, one of the youngsters coming through the ranks of the Rams. Puts the ball forward. Hurrigan's the target. Brings the ball to ground. Good defensive work by the forward there in Das. Holds it in there as well. Make sure that the ball doesn't get cleared. So right in front of Coach Lackenby, as I said, wearing the glasses this afternoon for his final appearance as a home coach here at Cube Logistics Oval. Big leap by both ruckman comes down here. Ball fed out by Green. Round the corner. Getting front was Waterman. He's got support from Swedetsky. I think play on to advantage is the call from the umpire. Bouncing ball eludes Scara. Shell getting back there. Also comes back to Sinot. Gets a quick kick away for the Dogs. Camped under it and taking a mark there. Looks like it might be Swedetsky. Gets it across the cricket pitch area and finds Elijah Rupchik right virtually in the centre of the ground.
He's got a player leading for out on the wing. It's Lockie Cross, which opens up another player in board, Mussolino. He goes further afield with a beautiful kick. Front and centre, Rupchik just couldn't quite grab it. Goes in on the second effort. Coming in there was Nick Jensch. Good scrambling from the Dogs player there, and Sinot holding the ball half-forward line for the Rams.
Good work by young Izzy Rupchik there.
Yep. 3 points the margin. Ticked into red time. 24 minutes gone. The Rams leading by 3 points. Important game. Next week, of course, is the final minor round for the season, and the Dogs need to win this one. Pistols to lock in a finals berth, and of course Mount Lofty and the Raiders well and truly in the finals hunt. Of course Blackwood as well, so there's a log jam, and Dogs also trying to keep their top 3 chances alive as well.
The Dogs will be hoping Lofty do them a bit of a favour. In fact, they play Mount Lofty next week, but if the Mountain Devils beat the Raider, Onkas have a chance of getting a double chance, but that's all in the future. So ball comes down. At present, out comes Adcock, got his hands to it, spilled it. Out the back door, Powell, handball away, intercepted here by Jeffries, gets a quick kick away, but only as far as Kurt Waterman has also been busy in the opening turn for the Rams. He passes up, here's young Izzy Rupchik, stands his ground, follows up the sport ball. Third effort here, well done as he toe pokes it forward, comes out here to another youngster, I think it's Muller. Lockie Cross. Meanwhile, the turnover comes to Cozzolione, puts it inside 50. Ever so slight nudge there in the battle. The number 12s goes against Lockie May for the Rams. So it'll be Michael Leonard. I think he had a shot on goal early, goalie. So this will be his second shot yet to get on the scoring as far as goals. As we said, the leading goal kicker with 26. So a kick from about 48 metres here. About a 45-degree angle towards the Brakunga end goal. So a chance here, and they actually kick after the siren, so the chance to put the Dogs in front. They trail by 3 points. So Leonard, I said pass best and fairest recipient. And that's a great kick by an experienced guy under pressure, Goldie. So right on the siren, he has seized the lead for the Dogs. They go to 2-4 to 2-1 as we go down to Jaden and Indy.
Thank you, Pistols. Well, I suppose Onkas certainly deserve to be in front on the scoreboard because they have the stats to go with it. It's 15 hitouts to 9 in their favour, so they're making better work at the stoppages. But it's also 18 inside 50s to 8 in Onkas' favour. They got a lot of repeat entries, particularly in the dying stages of that quarter, and Nairne weren't left with much in the way of a response. They got the 2 goals in the midst of that quarter, but it was only a matter of time before Onkas broke through. And with a statistical advantage like that, you wouldn't expect Nairne to be able to win this game or even stay in it, which they are in it at the moment, of course. It's a 3-point game, but if they continue this trend, well, then it will be another second-half blowout for the Rams. It's 2 centre clearances each as well, so predominantly it's not about what occurs straight in the middle, it's about what occurs on the turnover. And I think Onkas have been a bit more punishing, even if maybe with their entries they should probably be up by a little bit more. But they do have the lead going into the first change, and I think they deserved it. What about you, Jaden?
Thanks, Indy. So, 56 kicks to 42 in favour of Nairne. So, they wanted the disposal count. So, 27 handballs to 24 in favour of Onkas, though. So, you could see what sort of game style Onkas were willing to play in contrast with Nairne as well. So, 20 marks to 8 to Nairne. So, they're more of a kicking mark sort of game style at the moment where Onkas are willing to handball the ball around. And also 49 tackles to 47 in favour of Onkas. There was one stage, but Onkas were down by 11 in that count, and then their pressure late in that first quarter was just very good. So 49 tackles to 47 in favour of Onkas as well, and that was also Nairne's second highest score in the first quarter against Onkas as well. So there's a stat for you boys. Back to you.
Thank you very much to the boys. As I said, they've had a very busy day calling that exciting Senior Colts game under 18s, which Onka Valley got over the top side in Nairne by 1 point. And then to follow up the B grade here in the preceding game before. This one was also a 1 point margin in favour of Onkas. So Onkas are the masters of the 1 point margins here today, Goldie.
Yes, they are.
as we're just getting a couple of scores coming in at quarter time from around the grounds, which will relate to you shortly. In fact, we can go to them now for Chris Shaw Accounting and Mortgage Choice. And also thank you to the club sponsors from Nairne today with their assistance. Of course, Gage Road Brewery, Salute, Adelaide Hills Toyota and Ray White. And at quarter time, we can tell you Uraidla 1-3 are leading Mount Lofty 1-1. So a good game there at Arkabar Oval and Heathfield. Hopefully the ground has dried out a bit. Blackwood 3-1 are leading Achunga 3 behinds. And in the country division round here, which is their final minor round of the season, Kersbrook 1-3 are leading Birdwood 2 behinds. Of course, both clubs celebrating their centenary this season. Unfortunately, Birdwood missing out in the final, but Kersbrook well in the mix to get that rare achievement of a premiership in your centenary season. So, as we said, Mount Lofty 1-1, Uraidla 1-3, Blackwood 3-1, Achunga 3 behinds, Kersbrook 1-3, Birdwood 2 behinds. And trust you're enjoying this game here at Cube Logistics Oval in Nairne, where the score is Onka Valley 2-4, Nairne Bremer 2-1. So tell us where you are watching it online. As we said, if you're in lockdown interstate, feeling for you, that's for sure, with the COVID situation, particularly in New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria. So we are rather fortunate, Goldie, to be able to have community sport and bring the call of the wild to our legion of listeners, Goldie. What's happening online?
No, a few comments in here. Nick Johns.
Big Slim.
I think it might be Junior. I don't know. He enjoyed the call earlier in the day.
Excellent. Big Slim.
So, yeah, a few comments coming in there. And, of course, Lofty 88.9. We're live on FM as well. YouTube and also Onka's and Nairne Facebook page.
Fantastic. It's a great day for footy here. Well, later in the day it might get a little bit chilly as it does, but blue skies, as Goldie suggested earlier, a little bit of shade here from the old gum tree from where the Dreammaker is positioned on the outer wing. But apart from that, the ground is bathed in lovely winter sunshine at the moment. A bit better than it was last week or the 2 weeks before that, Goldie. Lucky the lockdown chose to be had on the 2 weekends, probably the worst wet weekend Saturdays in season this far. So back in the centre, umpire rule have the start of the game as far as quarter as far as the umpires go. So umpire rule moves in. So once again, Binder versus Shell. Shell to Leaper, got the ball down for Onkas. Kick forward though by Rupchik out towards Hollow. He goes to ground. Fed out here by Greenside, finds the run of Jeffries. Plenty of experience there, the two SNFL past boys combining. But in the meantime, that man Powell once again taking another intercept mark for the Rams. Puts it inside 50. Big strong kick is Hurrigan lumbering out in opposition to Fanning. Ball deflected out here. Taken away by George Dent. Nurses up the line and finds a teammate there. Looks like it might be Jeffries. Jeffries goes a short pass into Green. So put him under pressure from youngster in Pegler. But the past Sturt premiership player good enough to take the mark. So Greenslade just inside the forward arc. Puts it forward to Matty Dean, who in turn will come out wide towards the broadcast wing out here to Sinnott. Sinnott will coach the Dogs to that 1 point win in the Senior Colts. Puts the ball up towards Chippiana. He's got a paddock as he takes the mark. Keeps the ball cleverly in play. Now centres it to a lead there of Adcock it was, but chipping back. And once again, Powell all over the ground defensively. Gets it out wide here and finds Lockie May in front of the Sean Tate terraces. Draws an opponent, then kicks the ball further afield. Put down after he kicked. It was May. So the advantage will be paid up the ground to Archer Connolly. As I said, May put down after he kicked. So Archer Connolly goes long inside 50. Here's Hurrigan out wide. George Dent got his hands to it. Comes to Betting. He's too slow. He's dispossessed the attacker from Chippiana. So the ball held in there, and umpire Mark Smith will come and ball it up. Coming in the first 2 minutes. No change to three-quarter time. 2-4 plays 2-1.
Inside 50 here for the Rams. Betting, little bit of a toe poke out. Come towards Jeffries. He handled it to Greenslade. Oh, turnover. Straight to Nick Yench. Usually dangerous from this position. Long, strong. It's a goal. The Rams back in front. So a bit of a turnover. Maybe Yench was saying here, Johnny, and he handled straight to him, and he's gone bang from 55.
That lethal left foot of the boy, the Prince of Salem, brings up his second goal for the match. But good work in the goal square also, Goldie. Big Dash using his body to block any possible challenge from Blake Fanning, and the ball carried over the line. So good game here. Nairne back in front. 3-1 plays 2-4 in early stages of the second term here on the Call of the Wild. Trust you're enjoying our coverage. Another round the grounds. Quarter time. Kangaroos 6-5 are leading Torrens Valley yet to score. Country division. So back in the centre. Ball comes in. Betting feeds off to Root. Check. Rams pushing forward. Here's Hurricane. Was he held? Ball comes to ground. Coming in there. Sinot plays a big tackle on Hurricane. Did he hold him on too young as he went to ground? Yes, is the call from umpire Smith. So Big Das here with the opportunity to post his first of the afternoon. 30th for the season. Be a difficult kick for the left footer. But this man, as we know, his capabilities with the football, anything is possible. So Darcy Hurrigan will kick from about 40 metres. Very acute angle. As you can see it down the barrel of cameraman. So, Das. Deliberate approach here. Tried to actually guide it through in the end. And he brings up a minor score, but as we said, still good enough to increase the slight margin they have. They move along to 3-2. To Onka's a 2-4, so a 4-point ball game in favour of the Nairne Rams. This round 17 classic was their last home game of the season. They play away in the final round next week out at Lobe. So they retrieve the ball. For the Dogs, will bring it back into play. What's on offer? Up the line comes the kick from Matty Dean. Pack sets herself. Powell worked himself nicely to the front of the pack and takes the mark, and he'll send it back. Send from its come. He's got a loose man out here, and his teammate in Waterman, of course, the two reigning best and fairest for the Nairne Rams club, combining there. So Waterman with the opportunity here. Only the 5 goals for the season. Has a knack of kicking them when they're wanted, and this will be a really important goal if he nails it. Looks like he's going to back himself in. It's pretty cluttered the forward line, so it looks like he's going to go for broke here, Goldie.
Yep. In the shadow area, big gum tree. So he'll be kicking from bang on 50. Waterman. Stop start. Bit of a chip right into the goal square. Hurrigan almost takes the mark. Dives in on it. Holds the ball in right forward pocket area for the Rams.
Perhaps a sun in the eyes there for Darcy. Actually did everything but complete the mark there.
Yeah.
Back of the pack.
4 points the margin. Rams lead. Dangerous position. Big betting. And snaps the goal, but its umpire says, I'll have it. Bit of casual
thought
work
Big
there
Sheets was going to do a bit of Darren Jarman magic there.
Over
Not as agile, though.
Ball up situation. So what can the Rams do here? Oh, Sheets off his head that time. And he goes again. Oh,
He's got it all covered, hasn't he?
He's having a good time
Sheets
there.
covering everything.
He goes back in the ruck, I think, here. Is he going to do the ruck work? Yes, he is. He's doing it all. Pistols
he's
down.
his own football, Goldie.
He's got a head-to-head here with Dan Scholl. So we're about 30 metres out from the Rams' goal. Scholl won it down. Dangerous position still for the Rams. Archer Connolly. Nick Yench. Goal. Great work from the stoppage. We'll contribute some of that to Sheets. But Archer Connolly giving the hands out to Nick Yench, and he's kicked his second in a matter of minutes.
He's actually kicked the last 3 goals in succession, the 14-minute mark, now the 2-minute mark and 6-minute mark. So Nicky Yench, the Salem boy, the Prince of Salem, is on fire, and so the Rams, as they've just stretched out their lead. Now, Jaden Indy.
Yep. Cheers, thanks, Pistols. So 11 kicks to 7 in favour of Nairne so far in this quarter. 4 handballs to 1 as well. So the tackle count is 10-9 in favour of Onkas though. So good game of footy at the moment. Well done to the Rams.
After the inside 50 dominance that Onka's had in the first quarter, they've only got 1 inside 50 to Nairne's 5 so far in the opening stages of the second term.
So Nairne using the breeze pretty well. He had a slight breeze towards the Bukunga-Callington end of the ground. So betting against Shell. Shell the leaper gets it. The path there of Mayo bursts through, drives the Dogs forward. Target up there would be Adcock. Past him, so it was Leonard. On this occasion, Adcock backing up. Well done by young Rogers. Gives it to another youngster in May right in front of the Sean Tate Bar Terrace out over the bench line. And I see the big man now residing in London has been appointed bowling coach for Afghanistan.
Is that
the
right?
way it's going, he might be the fielding coach with the grenades at the moment.
Oh, yeah, there you go, yeah. No, good work.
Yeah.
So ball up situation. just getting a few more comments coming in here. I'll just check.
Okay, I'll let you go for that. As it comes back here to Powell, he's doing it on his own. He's got support there. Goes back 3 or 4 times. Feeds the handball in direction of May. Intercepted here by Vines. Managed to get a quick kick forward. Camped under it. And staying his ground for a solid mark. I think it is Adcock. Jake Adcock appeals for perhaps a 25 metre for taking one in the scone.
John McLeod's listening. Pistols. His son, obviously, Grant, he's watching from country Victoria.
In the Wimmera, I think, Nil area. So good on you, John. Trust you're enjoying watching the lad play. He's doing okay at the moment. So is his team, although Adcock with the opportunity here to peg it back. So Jake Adcock, deliberate, nice shooting by the big fella. Good to see him back. So his first goal of the afternoon, the third one to Onkas. Moves on to 3-4 to 4-2. So 4-point ball game. 4-2 plays 3-4. But Jake Adcock has said great to see him back in partnership with Leonard. First time in 3 seasons last week. I think they end up kicking something like 12, 13 goals between them, Goldie. So how important are they to, as Dingo Tanner said to coach, if they don't mark it, they bring it to the ground and bring in the crumbers.
Back in the middle. 7 minutes gone. 4 points to margin for the Rams. Of course, they led last week in that one. Beautiful work here by Waterman. Out of the middle. Penetrating kick deep, strong. Good work there by Kuiper.
Harry!
Front centre, and he's missed that one to the left. Gee, that was fast break football from the Rams. They lead by 5 points now. Yep, 5 points.
Would have been the perfect reply.
Zach George Dent, kick outside of defensive 50. Big good work there by Binder. Over the top, though, is Tanner for the Dogs. On board to Godden. He got it to Carissa. Silver service to Adcock. So the big forward for the Dogs looks for options. Not the best kick. Try to get it to Leonard. Here's a chance for Cocciolone. Fumbling towards the goal line. Cocciolone tried to keep it a line, tight on the boundary line, and the umpire says it'll be a boundary throw-in. Right forward pocket in the Dogs' scoring end, toward just around from the goal scoreboard, which reads Nairne Bremer United 4-3, Onkas 3-4, 5 points to the margin, 8 minutes gone from Cuba Logistics Oval in Nairne, of course, sponsored today by Chris Shaw Accounting and Mortgage Choice Adelaide Hills.
Desperate work there by Nairne. Defence gets stuff here to Binder. Leaper was Joffa Jeffries. Ball comes to ground. Shell. Green lurking also. Ball comes out of young Phoenix Lines there as well. Finally taken by Green. Gives it off here to a teammate in Clarissa, I think it was. But once again, Power, I'd like to see his stats as far as marks. So far, intercept marks. He's certainly holding up the Dogs. So Powell goes long towards the inside the centre square. Getting back and taking a great mark is the astronaut in Shell. Oh, he's picked out his opposite number in Binder, though. So the 2 number 9s combining there, but unfortunately the turnover as far as the Onkas go. So big Isaac Binder, he's got support there from Waterman, but chooses to kick it forward. Here's a chance here for betting. Off hands taken by Kuiper. Oh, great smother there from the big Sheets betting. Holds the ball in, and good work by the big man from Eyre Peninsula. Of course, in his second season here with the Maroons. So Benning gets it down, tucked onto Green, feeds out a handball to the run of a teammate. There's Gamma, the former Ram, goes forward. Here's Lockie May lurking, 2 against 1. Oh, that's a good mark, nearly taken by Cocciolone. As said, 2 against 1, and against the numbers, brings the ball to ground. Ball held up there as umpire rule comes in, and he'll recommence play right in front of the interchange gate here at Cube Logistics Oval. Trust you're enjoying the call to Wild.
Yeah, it's a good game so far. 5 points to the margin. 10 minutes gone in the second term from a sunny Cuba Logistics Oval in Nairne, as Pistol said. Plenty riding on the outcome of this one. Nick Yench, I think it was, from the stoppage. 1-on-1 contest. Good crumbing by the racehorse in Gamma. Tried to get it on George Dent. His was smothered. Great work from Carissa. Mops it up for the Dogs. Kicks it out towards the chip. So Chipiana has got players running for him. Opts to go back and kick the ball into the right forward pocket area. It'll be a 1-on-1 contest. Leonard versus May. May at the back of the bus almost took the overhead mark. Slung out of the contest there was Cross. Ball flicks out. Here's an opportunity for Godden. Inboard handball to Carissa. Those two have been involved plenty of times, and he's kicked the goal to put the Dogs back in front.
Yeah, just, Carissa, he actually caressed that one through goal. It was close, but near enough is good enough on that occasion. So as Goldie called, the Dogs answering with the last 2 goals of the game after Nick Yetch kicked the first 2 goals of this term to give the Nairne a little bit of a mini break, but the Dogs fighting back. So there's that magical figure, stats boys, a 1-point ball game, which we've seen in the Senior Colts and B grade preceding games. And the Dogs at the moment 4-4, leading Nairne 4-3. Umpire Smith sets it up. Flanning having a turn in ruck, gets the knockdown. Cricket pitch area there. Good work by young Izzy Rubchik. Prevents any breakaway for the Dogs. So once again, umpire Smith fanning. This time at ground level, taken by Betting. Toe pokes it forward. Coming to meet it was Muller. Also overrun it was Waterman. Oh, putting his head over the ball there, Nairne player. Courageously. Perhaps could have got a free kick. No, said the umpire. So once again, right on the edge of the centre square. It was Nick Yetch there to head over the ball as you'd expect. So Fanning, Betting, 0-all draw that one. Ball once again in a rolling pack situation. Fed out the back end of Green. Shrugs his way clear, shoots out a handball wide to the racehorse, and Gamma, he'll use his pace against his old team, goes in forward. Oh, good use of the body by Adcock, but getting his hand to the ball was the Nairne defence. Adcock finally gets it forward. Up here's Carissa to kick the previous goal. So the Dogs just starting to look a little bit dangerous with their running brigade here. Carissa will have the opportunity to kick his second goal. Round the grounds from Mortgage Choice and Christian Accounting. Loberthal 6 straight, lead Mount Barker 2-3 at the Summit quarter time. So looks like the Tigers already in control of that game against the bottom placed Barkaroos. Last time they won the Spoon, 1973, I believe.
Wow,
Benny, and
it's been a while.
Yeah, perhaps, odds on for this year's Carissa. Once again, caresses it nicely through the centre. So the Dogs now pushing it out to 7-point margin.
Yep.
5-4 plays 4-3. Jaden and Indy quickly.
Yeah, so just really quickly, inside 50s are now 6-7, but earlier in the quarter it was about 6-2 in Nairne's favour. So, well, they've conceded the last 5 inside 50s to keep it brief. What about you, Jaden?
Cheers, thanks, Indy. So, yeah, 24 kicks to 19 in favour of Onka's.
Oh, yeah, his mic's gone. It's all right. We'll get back to Jaden.
Yeah, we'll come back to Jaden.
Back in the middle, here's Rupchik. Got it out to Hurrigan, and he's wrapped up in a tackle there. So we've gone 14 minutes in the second term, 7 points the margin, just near the cricket pitch area. Flanning. Here's a chance for Lees. The Dogs just starting to up the ante here. Carissa tried to flick it on. Here's a chance for Carissa, yep. Out to Greenslade. Turnover, though. Swiderski kicks into the middle of the ground. 1-on-1 contest. Here's Joffa Jeffries. Got it out there. Here's a chance for the chip. Chipiano on the left boot finds Lyons. So Phoenix Lyons goes a little short pass, looking for a teammate there. Flicks it on is Tom Mayo. He goes to the racecourse in Gamma. Goes further afield for the Dogs. Coming nicely there was Lockie Cross. Here's a chance for the Rams. Kick forward towards the half-forward line. They're on here. Nick Yench, if he uses it wisely, open forward line to kick his long left boot forward, and Lyons mopping up. Almost took the mark. Waterman's down there and holds the ball up 30, 35 metres out directly in goal. Ball pops out. Here's a chance for the Dogs to counter-attack through Fanning, I should say.
So Fanning with a high kick. Campton was Betting, puts up the big Dukes. The big Farmer takes a good, strong mark in opposition there. Consiglione getting no ground, so big Tommy Betting out of wing here. On that left goes long, puts it back in. Pat Gavers, Connolly there over the back of the hands through Phoenix, grabbed by Yetch. Nicky Yetch, I tell you what, he is on fire. He has actually kicked the last 4 goals for the Rams. He's third for this term, so Yetch supplying a vital reply as the Dogs nosed in front by that 7-point margin. He's pulled it back yet again. Fantastic play there. But big Tommy Betting taking a good strong mark on the wing, set it up, so it came off hands. And that deadly left foot of Nick Yench putting the score back. So 5-4, 34. Onkas, Nairne Bremer 5-3, 33. So it is a ring-a-ding-ding here at the moment at Cube Logistics Oval as we've 17.5 minutes gone second term. Trust you enjoying the call with the Wild. Hills football at its best back in the centre. Fanning was the leaper. Betting stood his ground, was infringed, and big Tom says, okay, I'll take the result and mark as he grabbed the rock contest anyway. So kicks it long. Dogs all back there. They spoiled each other nearly, but the experience of Ben Jeffries held onto the ball. Nurses it forward. Crashing through there was Rupchik. Ball spills free, taken away by Carissa. The danger man puts out. Here's a racehorse battle as he's battling against Scara this way, that way. Well, good work by Gamma and delivers it, but intercepted once again by Powell. Puts it back towards the wing area, finds Connolly over his head. Gets support there from McLeod. His dad watching up there in the Wimmera. Unfortunately, the ball out over the boundary line. 18 minutes gone. Good game here. 5-3 plays 5-4.
Yeah, it is a good game. So, boundary throw-in, out of side. Sunny conditions here from Nairne. Betting, good position to win the tap work. He goes and gets it again, Betting, flicks it over. Defensive spoil there by George Dent, trying to hack it off the ground. I think that was Cross or Sildersky. On the left boot is Mussolino. Oh, here's Lockie Cross. He's taken a right-handed one-hander. Yeah. He's got Darcy Hurigan going for him here in the pocket, and that's a poor kick. And that's gone way out in the full. So the Rams looking to get back in front, currently trailing by 1 point. 3-goal quarter from Nick Yench. And they're well and truly in the hunt here, as they have been for the last month or so. Last week, of course, just falling short against Radler. So Sinot kicks it out towards us in the broadcasting position. And Ben Powell happy to see that one out of bounds.
Yes, nice little tapo line in front of the camera here of ace lensman, Dallas Rogers. So ball pitched back in. Betting, Fanning gets that down. Stolen away here from Nairne. That's through the agency of Scara, puts it forward. Oh, hello. A good mark taken there by Kuiper. Big
Yench is lurking.
The body. Here's Yench. Gets the ball, but in the meantime...
A free kick for Das.
Big Das was bundled out of the contest. So opportunity here for his second shot in a relatively similar position. Was perhaps closer to boundary that last shot. Chance here for the big man to post his first goal of the afternoon. And importantly, put the Rams back in front. They trail by the barest of margins at the moment, 33-34. So big Das. As I said, Benny has kicked 29 for the season. Sits fifth on the goal-kicking list. A pretty good effort in a side down towards the bottom of the ladder. Because dual Centurion in his glory days when Harndorf.
Yep.
So big Das, the famous number 5, long sleever.
No, he steered it through beautifully.
Beautifully. First of the afternoon for the big man. And importantly, Nairne reclaimed the lead, 6-3 to 5-4 here on the call of the Wild. So 4 goals to 3 this quarter. So pretty free-flowing game of football here at the moment at Cube Logistics Oval, Benny.
Certainly is. Go to Jaden and Indy now. Turn yourself on. That's all right. We'll go to Jaden on.
So they're winning the handballing count as well, 13-10. Indy?
Well, now the inside 50 count is 11-7 in Nairne's favour. So they've gotten the last 4 entries.
Back in the middle. Here's Greenslade. Handball over the top to Green. Interception there by Mussolino. Goes onto the right foot. Kicks it towards the half-forward line. Big barrel chested there was Riley Sinot for the Dogs half-back line. So it's Nairne Bremer United leading 6-3, 39-5 Onkas. Need a response here. Vines goes to half-forward line. Taken there from the chip. So Chipiana, open forward line. Players darting around. He's got Dan Scholl deep here. He goes in that direction. There's a couple of Rams pushing towards the ball here. One of them is Ben Powell. Off he goes, smooth moving out towards Hurigan. That's a high tackle and probably a little bit smart there as well. I know it's not, but just holds up play a bit here. Pistols with Kurt Waterman. The opportunity here on the wing. He's looking for options. Got Big Sheets Betting moving for him. Goes for a bit of the comb of the hair. Short pass. Here's Sheets. Sheets has certainly got involved in this quarter with a few plays.
Satin Sheets at the moment.
Here goes on the left boot. Hurigan's a target, also Connolly. And Fanning right in the middle of the pack. Keen to move it on quickly. The Greenslade, who could earn a down free kick. No, it's gone to Cocciolone in the middle of the ground for the Dogs.
So Cocciolone works quickly up the field for the Dogs. Lockie May Good defensive spawn. Leonard, ball comes again. There's a Chipiana. Looks for support. Goes backwards. Finds a veteran in Tanner. Gives it back to Cotsleone. Gets a quick kick away. Powell just deflects it down nicely. Gets the ball back. Probably unexpectedly. Shrugs off the opposition. And picks out Yench in the centre ground. Johnny Greenslade. Good contest there. Also getting involved is Pegler. Ball moving on here. Big Dan Shell. He's wrapped up.
Good
cricket pitch area. Bit of push and shove behind the play. Ball held in there, right in the cricket pitch area.
This next 5 minutes will be crucial, especially for the Rams. They can't let up. They've been right in the hunt in this one, leading currently by 5 points. They've got to keep going as we head towards half-time. We're in red time now, 21 minutes gone. Coach Lackenby would be hoping for a strong finish to this quarter. After the Dogs got back in front, Nick Yench kicked 3 goals in this term. Meantime, flicked out from Andy Vines. Cochilone's wrapped up in a fierce tackle there in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, good pressure all around applied by it. And on that occasion, that was Sarah Katnich, I think it was, applying that pressure. So the young Rams, certainly the pressure comes down to Yench, gets a quick left-footer mung kick away. Good spoil there. On hollow was applied by Kuiper. Ball bouncing, ball taken by Vines. No, he coughs it up. Nairne, relentless with their pressure. Got support there and finally a kick forward there by Lockie Cross. I think it was bouncing ball towards Connolly. Here's Phoenix Lions. Got support from Sinnott. Gives it back to him. He's got time to steady. Puts it out in front of a teammate coming in to set the Yench. Grabs it. Can he kick a miracle? 4th for the quarter. No. Out of bounds that occasion on the 4B Riley Sinnott, who coached a 1-point win in the under-18s game earlier, called by Jaden and Indy. So here he is at the moment with his side trailing by 5 points. 6-3 plays 5-4. Said the Rams, their noses in front, heading into half-time. 24 minutes just ticked over, Goldie, so expect half-time looming imminently.
It is. Sinnott kicks out a defensive 50. One-hander taken there by Dan Scholl. Half-back line for the Dogs. He's got players on inboard. One of them's Damien Green. One of them's Damien Green, and one of them Sheets betting for Nairne, and he's spotted the big Sheets directly in front. This is an opportunity for the Rams to skip ahead to a couple of goals. Pistols.
So Big Tommy has kicked 12 for the season, so he's a proven goal kicker to big man. I tell you, if he gets this will certainly be a handy break as they head into half-time. So Big Tommy betting. The big farmer on the left as he kicks towards the Brakunga end. Puts it on its way.
Get around him.
Lovely. He loves it.
Get around him.
Loves it. So Big Tommy betting. Shadows of half-time. Has put through a very good long goal there. 25 minutes just ticked over. So
a few warning bells here for the Dogs, Pistols.
5-goal quarter for the Rams, 3 to Onkas, and as
last 3 goals of the match for the Rams.
As Goldie called, just got him out to a handy break, 7-3 to 5-4. So 11-point ball game. Umpire Smith back in the centre. Scholl back in ruck, wins the tap down, straight down the throat of Vines. Quickly takes the ball out of centre for the Dogs. Up towards the forward line. Good work once again. There's a chance for Lockie May. He's run down. Was he pushed in the back? Yes, said the umpire. Fair call there. So the teenager nurses up the line to Yench. Deflected out of his hands by Green. First to get there is Jeffries. Hands balls back. Taken there by Cross. Go close to the boundary line. In fact, it was out in the full, but you could hear it smothered as he kicked. No, so... But anyway, Jeffries with the resultant kick puts it back to Shell, who has to lean into take a low-level mark. So Shell gives it back to the run here. A teammate, Kuiper, I think it was, puts it forward. Pack forms. First to get there will be Cross for the Rams. This way, that way. Got support as he goes across here. Okay. Powell's lurking. He's got support there from Willis.
Needs a bit more support. Needs a bit more support.
Vines is the opposition. Well done, Benny Powell. That was dangerous, as you could sense in Benny Goldfinch's voice, but Powell mopping up, puts it out right in front of the coaching box for Onka Valley. And Coach Tanner might be a little bit worried at the moment as he side trials 45 to 34.
25-minute mark, maybe a couple of minutes left. Yench, he's had a great quarter. 3 goals, and that's holding the ball, though.
Yeah, tried the old don't argue.
Here's a chance for Steve Tanner, course 300 a couple of weeks ago. He's looking for 50. He's still looking for 50.
Well, he's moved off his mark, isn't that play on?
Either way, kick forward. Oh, and it's taken there by Joffa Jeffries, and the Rams just a little bit of frustration there. Yep, as we head into deep into red time, and they wouldn't want to concede this one.
So not a proven goal kicker this year, as you expect one of the great defenders in the SANFL in his time, and holding down that position, and obviously with the Dogs. So a rare goal kicking opportunity for the skipper, but it'll be a vital goal if he converts it.
Okay, Joffa Jeffries, of course, premiership player at Norwood. Steers it right to the line. Adcock. We'll put this one down.
He's improved the angle.
Oh,
for
sorry,
Leonard.
Michael Leonard, right on half-time. So Coach Lackenby just a little bit frustrated up there in the box, just not quite fisting through the coaching box, but just a little tap onto the...
I tell you what, he's the experience of kicking the goals on the siren. He kicked his first goal after the siren at quarter time. He's kicked that one right on the siren. That's interesting where he took that mark.
Yep.
Shouldn't he had to take it from the line where he took the mark? The angle. He came right in front of the goal square quickly and kicked the goal, and umpire Smith said that's okay. But just a little bit of interesting sidelight. And speak of interesting sidelights, this man's always full of them as we go down to the 500 man, Indy Rogers.
Thank you, Pistols. The hitouts at the hitouts for the second quarter read 9-15. Now that's in favour of Onkas, and it just proves that, like they have been throughout the whole year, they've been pretty solid at getting their first on ballers to really dive deep and put in those first efforts. The inside 50 count in that quarter, so it was 8-18 in the first in Onka's favour. It was 15-12 in Nairne's favour that quarter, and a good portion of the inside 50s in red time started to go in Nairne's favour as well. But the centre clearances are also quite a damning stat, at least in that second quarter. 6 centre clearances to 3 in Nairne's favour. So despite getting those first on ballers to get the hitouts, they haven't been able to direct them as accurately as they'd like. Definitely there's been a bit of a struggle coming out of the Onkas midfield, and Nairne have kept the foot on the accelerator. They haven't stopped, but I reckon a game like this becomes determined by who can lock the ball in their forward half more frequently. It is a territorial battle at the moment, but of course there are many other stats contributing to the result, and I'll take it over to Jaden for more elaboration.
Cheers. Thank you, Indy. So 48 kicks to 45 in favour of Onkas, so they won the count in that one, considering they lost it in the first quarter. Handballs 16-10 in favour of Onkas as well, and the marks 19-12. That last mark by Jake Adcock. 19 marks to 12 in favour of Onkas, and also the tackling count 38-36. So a bit of less pressure in that quarter by both teams. But well done to both teams. It's good. It is a good game at the moment. 5 points of difference, and Nairne's score of 32 Pistols was Nairne's highest ever quarter score against Onkas since 2010. So there's a stat for you. It's also their equal highest second quarter score for the year as well, 32. So there's a stat for you.
I'd love you to have a stat. I don't know if you've got it, but Benny Powell, how many interceptive marks he has taken for the day? I don't. You probably have. Just say a lot, and you'd probably have.
Yeah, probably be a lot. I'll make sure I keep an eye out in the second half, Pistols, for that one.
Fantastic. So, Call of the Wild here, half-time break. Trust you're enjoying our live stream. And, well, it's great. Here we are, boys. The two stats boys have been working their butts off since early in the morning. Goldie and myself. And just leisurely just wandering into the Dream Maker. Obviously been out...
networking.
He'll be able to networking, they call it, because it's Robbie Sheward. Good afternoon, or should I say good evening to you, Rob?
Nah, boys, what a great day, hey? The sun's shining, and yeah, getting community footy good when it's like this, hey?
It is. Now, speaking of community football, you said you've been out networking. What's going on in the community football circles?
Just been to Harmdale.
What have you got to report?
Just been to the Harmdale.
Perhaps you can give us we haven't had a score update from, so you can tell us what's going on.
Mate, I left at the 21-minute mark, 8-goal 2 to no score.
At the first term.
Of the first term.
Okay,
so it's going to be a
you presume that
20-goal
Bridgewater
thumping.
are going to lose.
Hopefully they'll score, mate. So
wow.
They were awesome.
Are they going to do a West Adelaide?
I don't know, mate. 6 points. Don't know. Oh, here comes the great man.
Yeah, we will be joined.
Oh, that's good.
by the
That's
great.
good. Now you, Goldie, good?
Yeah, good.
Yep. That's good. Been a good game here, boys, too, by the looks.
It is. It is, if you've been listening to it.
Yeah, cracking
As you
game.
should,
So
like,
as on the way
supporting
up,
supporting your own product.
on the way up here, Jeffrey, 88.9 on the car. Even the car found it.
It came
So,
out very well.
no, it did. It's really good. So yeah, no, good day. Oh mate, they got 100-odd sponsors. Wolf Blast was there.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. If you're not aware of
just
the
Wolf.
man here, who you got?
Brian
Tony
Parker,
Modro.
Brian Parker from Rossdale.
Who we got? Tony Modro, Bruce McAvaney.
Well,
who else is in there?
Daniel Talia was the guest speaker,
Oh, really?
and the
What was he
next
talking
recruit.
about?
And the next recruit.
He was getting fitted out for a jumper.
Well, yeah, they were putting the pressure on him. So yeah, that was all good. So very good interview they had with him. Matty Golding spoke. Yeah,
While
just
the game was on?
No. Before pre-game. Good day, Collo. Yeah, so it's all just a really well-run club on and off, and they're showing plans of the new change rooms and the thing out of the club rooms. And what's this, Goldie? The best coverage of a sporting event, Lofty Community of the Huddle. Oh, that's right, we won that, didn't we? Yeah, that was big. So, yeah, just such a really well-run club, you know. They said they had 105 sponsors.
Yeah,
That's
well,
amazing.
a club that's strong off the field is good on the field, I believe. So
Yeah. So,
Anyway, good
Yeah.
to see you, and it's also always a pleasure to see this man. He'd be really happy too because, well, the master of Hitchcock suspense, as we said, under 18s were 1 point. This man here followed the script as his team won the reserves by 1 point. Of course, the great man Shane Collins joins us.
Wow.
Collins!
Thanks, boys.
Yay.
Thanks, boys. I don't know if I'm way out of my depth being in here. There's awards everywhere. There's hey, everyone up here is all in the champion brigade. And yeah, but anyway, lovely to be here with you guys, and hope you've been doing well. I've missed you. I've missed you.
We've missed you. We've missed you.
Yeah, you're back for the finals, mate, I hope. If you're
I'll
not
be around the place.
If you're not coaching.
Can I get a gig though? I don't know. Who do I pay?
No, mate, no.
I've got to get a gig somehow. But
No.
no, it's good to be here, isn't it? Good to see the weather's back finally. We've had some wet weeks and whatnot, but Oval looks a picture. Nan have done a great job here with all the rain we've had. I can't believe how dry it is out there. So
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Absolutely. Now, just tell us, notice you're working the magnet board over there for a while, just tell us the state of this particular game as we see it, Nan 7-3, just a nose in front of the Dogs by one straight kick who was 6-4, so 5-point margin at half time.
Yeah, full credit
Just
to
your
Nan.
thoughts on the game.
Look, full credit to Nan. We, Paul's message before the game was, don't expect anything less than a real serious fight here today. And Nan have, and we've seen even last year, weren't we, Pistols, when we called them, when they turn up and they turn up to play, their intensity and their pressure is outstanding, and it's been that today. And Onkas just need a bit of a recheck at the moment, not playing as well as probably have over the last few weeks. And full credit to Nan, they're doing the job at the moment. So I would expect, and there's certainly a lot of improvement in the Onkas camp, but if Nan continue with the pressure as they are and their pressure around the footy, well, who knows? Upset might be on the cards.
We'll just bring you a couple of half-time scores on the call of the Wild. Thanks very much to Chris Shaw Accounting and Mortgage Choice. And we have Uradla. Of course, this will be an interesting result for Onkas because perhaps an opportunity to get third spot if the results go their way. But at the moment, Uradla 6-8 are leading Mount Lofty 3-2. And in Country Division, Birdwood 4-6 leading Kersbrook 4-4 after Kersbrook had to lead early. Because Birdwood's final appearance this season, their centenary season. So, and Kangarilla on their way to the minor premiership, you'd suggest 13-7 are leading Torrens Valley, one behind at half time.
And Iron Bank are half time 14. Oh no, that's final score in the B grade 14-7, 7-8. But half time, quarter time, they're 5-3 to 3-5.
Well, we said Mackie had, yeah.
Tight
And
game.
also, if you're listening to the Huddle the other night, the smart money, I think, was on the Giants.
Yep, picked them. Picked them after
good
picking
stuff.
one the week before and going from,
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it, with the Hills competitions at the moment? It's very close, and any team can beat anyone on their day. Obviously, excluding poor old, unfortunately, Torrens Valley at the moment. But certainly, the Division 1 competition's outstanding at the moment. It's been a lot of great games happening every weekend.
As you were walking over the Oval Colo, I said to, I've been at Harndorf for their sponsors dinner.
Number 1 ticket holder, I hear.
No,
But he's displaced Goldie.
21.
That's why Goldie's gone out.
He spat it.
He can't be in the same
Yeah,
place. as him.
He's back. Here he is.
He
They
not
traded
happy.
him to
He's not
Mackie.
happy.
Did they trade him to Mackie, did they?
20
Goldie's number 1 out there now.
21-minute mark, first quarter, 8 goal 2 to no score.
So, who are they playing today?
Bridgewater.
Right, I forget what
Absolute shellac.
Forget what I was... Actually, I was going to put a caveat over what I was saying before. Remove Harndorf out of that because they're obviously stand out. But
Yeah.
look, aside from that, the competition's been excellent this year. It's actually been great to watch all around the place.
Now,
And Daniel Talia was there, guest speaker.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
surprise.
So there'll
he's just
be...
I heard he was down in the property room getting fitted out.
he is. Don't worry about that.
Entertainment, yeah.
If he's not at the Cats, he'll be at Harndorf.
Now, were you down there also just riding on the coattails of our boy Ryan Thayer with his...
No, he was there in the Bees. They had a good win.
his 300.
Yep, 300.
So you were just down there to
Yeah, just... No, I didn't take
Yeah,
the
just
photo
getting-
opportunity because he was in the
Oh, you-
studio on Wednesday night. So,
Oh, you got it then.
Ah.
You know,
But
people
yeah.
like photo opportunities, we just thought you might...
It's a bit like me. I'm running with these. I've come in here and I'm running with you champions. A bit like Rob. He's gone over and just runs with the champions now. Eh?
Yes, Harndorf C
If you
grade.
can't
at
beat 'em, you join 'em. Isn't that the way it
Harndorf
goes?
C grade at Malang
Oh,
tomorrow
here
against
we
Mount
go.
Barker. Harndorf under 17 girls. Granny next
Rob,
week against
no.
either Lofty or Onkas. So, and we're calling that game too. The,
Which we will be.
Yep, first.
And we
So,
might have a bit of a
live
preview
stream.
during the week on the award-winning huddle too. We might get a couple of players.
Yeah, we've got young Louise Trapp from Harndorf.
Have we?
She's happy. Yeah, me and Goldie too.
Ah,
Sorry, mate.
Righto. I just roll.
She's
up.
actually wants to come in the studio to
Ah,
see how we operate.
We'll just,
So
we might just
we'll have to be
discuss that
gentlemen.
off air. Gentlemen, well, you better not come in.
Yeah.
But, now, Shane, quickly put your coach's hat back on. What do the Dogs need to do? I know it's nip and tuck game, but Jake Adcock started to get on into the game that quarter, and young Carissa.
Yeah, the first quarter they had plenty of the ball, the Doggies, but the ball use was horrible, and that was due to the pressure. There was a lot of pressure around the footy, but the back half of Nairne have been outstanding. They've really been winning a lot of footy, taking a lot of marks. So there's a little bit of a structure change up there. Onkas have just been a little bit haphazard in the way they've gone forward and bombing it on people's heels. Power's taken about 25 marks across there. He's just been outstanding, and so it just changed a couple of things there. Paul was a little bit disappointed with a few things that were happening. It hasn't been, what we've been, the club's been priding itself over the last month. So, just a little recheck. So,
Just quickly, the influence of the breeze out there, because we can see the flags are blowing pretty strongly, obviously going towards the Barry to Bukunga end.
yeah, look, there is a lot of breeze. Probably not as bad as what it was for the Bees game. I reckon it's lightened off a little bit, but it's still out there. It's interesting when you talk about breeze at football grounds. Onka's played poorly in the first quarter with it, and they played better in the second quarter not having it. So sometimes you can get yourself into a false sense of security around the breeze and what's happening. And, so it'll be interesting to see what happens this quarter. I think there was a couple of small changes made, but more of a reality check in the brain situation for a few of the Onkas boys. They've been a bit missing. But, while I'm talking Onkas, full credit to the Rams. They've come out all guns blazing and deserve to be leading.
All right, we look forward to your input during the second half. As Goldie's going to come back. And the team's getting ready here for the start of the second half, and anticipation here is high here on HFL Match of the Day, of course on the call of the Wild. Let's just wait for Goldie to move into position.
Hi, it's Chris Gowans here, SANFL Hall of Fame member, and you're listening to the Vibe of the Hills footy on HFL Media.
Hillsfooty.com, powered by HFL Media and Lofty, radio with altitude.
G'day, this is Tony Modger, and there is always plenty of top marks with the coverage of Hills community football here on HFL Media.
You are indeed back on HFL Media to call the Wild as we get set for the start of the second term. In fact, we're underway. Daniel Shell winning the opening ruck contest. Ball comes down into Greenslade. He was shadowed there by Rupchik, has drawn a free kick. So Greenslade will have the first kick of the second half. Puts in forward 50. And here's that man who's carried on from the first half. Takes a spectacular acrobatic mark there in Benny Powell to launch his contribution to the second half. Gets it up towards big Isaac Binder, in opposition to Damien Green. David and Goliath there, Colo, in that duel.
Yeah, once again for Damien Green, he always throws his body in there against any size person coming at him, and yeah, once again, Shadow, a bit of courage there, backing back.
So the two number 9s going again, Binder and Shell. Little draw really. Here's Green lurking again, once again putting his body in. Big Binder grabbed the ball, held up by Shell. So once again, umpire Smith will come in and recommence play here. So tight opening to the second half. Shell over the top got the ruck contest. Once again, heavy tackle there.
That first forward entry for Onka's Pistols will disappoint Paul Tanner. That was one thing he didn't want, was kicking to Powell like that and not kicking to Onka's advantage going forward. So nothing's changed there.
So ruck duel comes out here. Rupchik fed it out. Here's Green again, taken by Chipiana this time. Finds a bit of space, can go long inside 50. Lurking back is Powell, but his partner in crime in defence, and Lockie May takes an intercept mark. Waste no time, puts it in the pathway across. Out here, ball just gets away from him, unfortunately, over the line, and has been paid out last touch, which was the clearing kick. So here's a chance for Gamma, of course, playing against his old side here this afternoon back on home turf. Gamma, past club skipper at the Rams, chips the inboard to the experienced skipper in Jeffries, who goes long. Adcock the target, comes off hands, he goes to ground. Sorry, it was Leonard. Backed up there by young Rogers, puts it out wide. Here's a chance for Cross again. This time he takes the mark, takes possession of the footy, so he'll work the Rams forward. 2 minutes expired in the second half, no change to the half-time score.
So Cross kicks it out towards Daniel Scholl territory against Big Sheets betting, and Scholl stands strong, takes the mark in the shadows here in the gum tree, just in front of us here in the broadcasting van. Scholl, repeat forward entries for the Dogs. Leonard front position, earns a free kick in the marking contest against Lockie May, and he'll go back 45-degree angle, an opportunity to put the Dogs up by 1 point, Colo.
Yeah, that's a better forward entry. They need to be moving forward towards the ball. They're relying too much on the breeze and trying to go out the back, but Nan's back half have been too good. So this is the fourth entry, I think, for this quarter already, and this is the first one that's looked a little bit dangerous.
So opportunity here for Leonard. As I said, great to see him back. 26 goals. Sorry, 28 goals with 2. That one's off line. So first score of the second half, be it a minor one, goes to Onka Valley. Just edges them that bit closer. So go to 6-5 to 7-3. So 4-point ball game. Meanwhile, ball back half back flank area, flying there was Hurrigan, also Shell. Ball comes to ground. Ball held in there on Jeffries, I think it was. So he hands the ball back to umpire Smith. So once again, betting. Shell wins it back over the top. Good work there by Mussolino, though intercepted by the Catfish. Bit of shimmy work as he gets on his right. A high kick. Here's Powell again. One grab, two
too
grab.
Good.
Oh, he's too good.
And infringed in the mark as he took it anyway. So Benny Powell, probably best man on the ground at this stage of the game, puts out wayward kick.
Oh, clever.
Clever tap by Green. Direction of teammate, though, intercepted there by Katniss. Ball comes clear. Intercepted here, grabbed by Godden. His kick is smothered. Fed out there again by Sarah Katnich. Kick forward. Good spoil there by Sinnott on betting. Intercepted there by Nairne. Peeled for the free kick was Izzy Rupchik. No. Ball out here. Coming is Big Shell. Athleticism for the big man. Can't get the ball clear. Kick smothered. Scrambling passage of play right here in front of coach Daniel Lackenby, who applauds his charges as he takes the bench up there for the final time as a home game coach, Goldie.
Boundary throw in. Well, straight over the top of both the big men. Binder tried to run onto, eventually does. Looking for some support. Here's Andy Vines running through. Eludes him. On hands and knees. Rams player there. And it's held up.
Half-time scores. Uradla 6-8, Mount Lofty 3-2. Blackwood 6-6, leading Achunga 3-5.
Well, umpires called a free kick here for the Rams for infringement, and it's going to Binder.
Interesting, Dan Scholl's just gone to the bench for Onkas. That wouldn't have been planned.
So Binder gets it to Sheets betting. Looks like Scholl's just holding his lower back there. Meantime, Green, that's a free kick. No, umpire doesn't see it that way. Clearly a free kick, I thought. Kick forward, and it's gone out towards the boundary line. Meantime, Big Sheets is down in the middle.
It's a Binder.
Sorry, Binder.
Perhaps with Shell off the ground. Took the opportunity to take out the big man for Nairne, the key opposition, and Binder is down on his haunches at the moment, that's for sure. Hopefully he's feeling a little bit better. Ball bouncing up here. Fanning and Hurricane well trapped by Das. Here's a chance around the corner for Muller, but back in defence and taking the uncontested mark is Shipiana. So for the Dogs, so the chip does just that as he chips out towards Sean Tate. Terrace, clever tap in by Scara, kept in play, follows up with his own kick. Getting back there and taking it a good defensive mark is Phoenix Lions. Tell us a bit about him, Colo.
Yeah, he's had a very interrupted season with injury. Very talented young player, but just never been able to get any momentum into his season, unfortunately.
And obviously he hasn't spent much time this year at the academy as his kick drifted across the boundary line on the full.
Yeah, he's had a lot of leg issues, but shows some talent. He played one game in the twos, went straight into the ones last week, and this is his second game
Dan
back.
Scholl's just gone into the change
where,
room.
the ball went off, Big Binder's just gone off, and he's not looking a bit worse for wear as well as he sits down.
So both ruckmen off the ground. Scholl's currently in the change rooms. So, Sheets betting, short pass.
McLeod.
Made to earn it there is McLeod. Gets onto the right boot, kick inside 50. Over the top, taking over the head mark there is Joffa Jeffries looking for runners out here. Just taking his time. Goes a little short pass towards centre half back, finds Greenslade. Back in the lineup, Johnny Greenslade, centre half back area for the Dogs. Short pass, patient build up. Back to Jeffries, who ran on. He goes out towards the wing. Finds George Dent for the Dogs, just near Nan's interchange bench. Currently, it's the Rams leading 45-41, 7 goals 3 to 6 goals 5. Patient build up. It's Joffa Jeffries again. High ball,
awful.
And that'll be cut off by Ben Powell.
So Powell, ball on a string here this afternoon. It's for Jack Revington pre-match, probably well and fun in Nan's Best and Fairest Club Award. Was zone player this year. High kick this guy. Hurricane flies out. Got his hands to it. Ball comes to ground there. Fanning. Also in there, young Muller. Ball comes to ground. Mayo at the bottom of the pack. Ball held in there. Umpire Smith will come in the ball up just on the edge of the shadows here on the outer Gumtree wing. Trust you're enjoying our coverage. Quarter while. Chris Shaw Accounting and also Mortgage Choice. So ball comes out here around the corner. Was Gamma. High kick. Higher than it went longer, and standing and taking good mark for the Rams is Willis.
So half-back line's been outstanding for Nan today. The amount of intercept marks they've taken, full credit to them.
So Baden Willis, high kick, Pack sets themselves. Fanning stands back and lets his teammate there in Kuiper, is it? Take the mark. Nurses up the line, finds Gamma, who's been pretty busy this afternoon against his old side. The left footer using that pace. So left foot puts it forward. Target was Adcock, and he takes a good, strong contested mark. Plays on quickly.
Played.
Good deflection by May away from Leonard. Allows his teammate there to clear the ball. Good teamwork by the Rams, but intercepting there was George Dent. Crashes to the ground, close to the boundary line. Looks around and appeals perhaps for a free kick. No, says umpire Smith. So the academy boy will come into play and bring it back into play. So Betting doing the ruck work against Fanning. Fanning got it down this way, that way. Rupchik, bit of shimmy work, gets on the left, nurses up the wing area looking for a teammate. Stolen by George Dent, puts it back in. There's a chance for young God, got his hands to it. Follows up nicely, gets clear, looks for support. Perhaps too long, and that man Powell is doing it in the air and at ground level. Intercept, tackle, wins the free kick, puts it out here towards big leap there from Harry Hollow, brings it to ground level. Here's a chance for Cross. He's under pressure, kicks smothered there, bouncing to Swedetsky with the zinc cream. Gets a high kick away. Chance here for Conley. Flew. Well read by young Izzy Rupchik. Well done. Second, third effort by the youngster. Typical Rupchik style. Holds the ball in. Jaden and Indy. The stats that matter quickly.
Cheers, thanks, Pistol. So 23 kicks to 21 in favour of Onkas as well, and marks 12 to 8 in favour of the Dogs as well.
So leap there. Fanning got it down. Greenside dispossessed. Following up there nicely. Showing a bit of pace was Mayo. Puts inside 50, bouncing ball. Adcock's a target. Well guarded by young Rogers. Taps the ball forward. Well done, young man. Has already got a game under the boot. Has a bounce. Can he do a Manasseh? Looks for support. Shimmies around. Finds Willis with a handball. Goes back to Rogers. He's doing it all. Well done, young man. Puts it up high. Big leap by Hurricane. He came down difficult. He kept an eye on that. Taken by Jeffries. Hot in the kitchen out there for sure. Puts it to the centre cricket pitch here. Taken by Betting. Gets on the one run of Sweditsky. Goes inside 50 again. Connolly, can he take the mark on his own? No. Ball comes to ground. Cavalry arrives in this form of Mussolino. On the left. Yes! Great football by the Nairne youngsters, Colo, and good transition there. And young Rogers take a bow.
Yeah, excellent work by their back half again. They're really doing a great job back there. Onka's forward movement is just horrible at the moment, but full credit to Nairne. Their pressure through the midfield's outstanding, which means the kicks are going to ground and they're mopping up all day. So full credit to them.
Yeah, great work. I said young Rogers backed his judgment. Ran off his opponent down there in Leonard, the danger man. Tapped the ball, was involved a couple of times. Involved got the ball forward and finished off by the runner, Mussolino. Jaden.
Cheers, thanks, Pistols. So 7 handballs to 4 in favour of Onkas. So well done. In favour of Nairne. So well done to them. And the marking counts 12-9 still in favour of Onkas.
We'll come back to you, Indies. I've seen abouts. Fanning got it down. Here's Mayo across the cricket pitch area. Quick kick forward there from Scara. Bouncing ball. Here's Mussolino. Gets on that favoured left. Nurses it up the line. In front of the packed terrace area. The Nairne supporters showing their appreciation. Their side here. Could it be an upset? 8-3, 6-5, a 10-point margin. We've played 11.5 minutes in this third term. Down you to Indy.
Yeah, just wanted to quickly add, so it's 4 inside 50s for 1 goal this quarter for Nairne and 9 inside 50s for 1 point this quarter for Onkas. So less for more.
Ball ricocheted off Lees from attempted clearance. Put forward by Mussolino up towards Hurrigan and Dean to be holding on there. I think the unfortunate player was Sinot Colo, so Darcy Hurrigan will take the free kick there as he goes and retrieves the ball. So chance for his second and just push Nairne a little bit further ahead. As I said, 10-point margin at this stage, 12 minutes gone. So Hurrigan will be on the slight angle, but favour him on his left foot here. So big Darcy.
His fourth shot from free kicks today, so he's doing well in that department.
So 30 for the seasons. Well, if you tell the umpires they're good people, Shane, you know how it comes.
Yeah,
All those medal votes you used to get, we know.
Unfortunately, I only talk the truth, so that's the trouble for me.
As you said, if you talk the truth, you don't get into trouble. And the truth is, Darcy Hurrigan's a proven goal kicker. I've got myself into trouble, Colo, telling the truth. Oh, big Darcy.
Sweet.
Muffed that one completely. So, pushed it out to 11-point margin. 52 plays 41. Ball comes up the line. Big Blake Fanning puts up the Dukes, takes a mark for the Dogs. Out a wing.
No.
Nurses is inside. He has aspiration, but it's paid off. Chippiana takes the ball, runs through centre, puts it up to the lead of Adcock. Precision football, Shane Collins. Don't know what you're worried about there. As the big Jake stuck out the Dukes and took a mark. So already 1 goal in the opening goal of the second term for the Doggies. So he'd be looking to reprise that here in the third term as they go towards the Bukunga end, favoured by the win. Could be beyond him.
Yeah, could be.
So he kicked just inside 50 by the time he strikes the ball. Tell you what, he's got the length. No. Walked over the line by Lockie May there, so he needed about another couple of centimetres on that kick. So Onkas, second behind of the term. Nairne have added 1-1 since half time. So May runs out the square, brings the ball back in for the Rams. Big leap there, good mark taken by Chippiana, not paid by the umpire.
No,
Must
it was
be
touched.
off hands, yes, off hands. So umpire rule right in the spot. Rules, touched. So a ruck contest will evolve. So good to see Binder back on there and ruck against Adcock. Adcock searching at ground level, so was green. He's quickly upended and taken to the ground. So once again, the big men will gather for the ruck duel. So good game of footy here, 14.5 minutes gone. Call to Wild Trust enjoying our worldwide coverage. Tap down comes down here to Jeffries, goes inside 50. May using his body cleverly. The youngster against the veteran and Leonard took the mark. Nurses up the line to another exciting youngster in Lockie Cross. Much to like about this young Ram side. Up here the young Mueller, he's got 2 to beat. Taken by Gamma, tries an underground pass. That's effective into the path of Leonard. He gets assistance from Greenslade, lifts the eyes intelligently and picks out Carissa. Yeah, yep. Carissa, who kicked 2 goals in that second term. So Jacob Carissa has had opportunity to kick his third here and just pull that margin back. 52-41 at the moment in favour of the Rams. Good game of Hills Division 1 footy. Trust you're enjoying it here. Thanks to Mortgage Choice and Chris Shaw Accounting. And also salute Gage Road Brewery, Adelaide Hills Toyota and Ray White, club sponsors for the Rams this afternoon. The shot will fall short. Powell got his hands to it. Dangerous here. Here's the veteran and Tanner. Over the head. Fantastic. And probably the oldest man on the ground, Colo, has answered the call.
Probably the oldest man in the competition, to be fair, but no, he look, about 6-7 weeks ago, he filled in for a week because the A's were actually that short, and the players actually went to Paul and said, we want Steve to stay in. His voice out there, his instruction, obviously his experience is just really, really needed. So he's been an asset to the A-grade group since he's come in.
And why wouldn't you? Just his, as I said, his game's experience, his knowledge of the game,
Yep.
and just his voice. And answered the call there. So the Dogs are back within 5 points. 8-4 plays 7-5. Call of the Wild. A ring-a-ding-ding here at Cube Logistics Oval. Fanning got high. Ball fed out there by Willis, shrugging off his... Rubchik got it back to Willis, gets a high kick away, quick kick, and getting back there is the dependable Dogs defender in Ben Jeffries. It's plenty of experience at Nord, past premiership player. So the Dog skipper. High kick, wing area. Looking at Evacocci Leone off hands. Swedetsky got a quick kick away. His radar might have been blurred by the zinc cream on the nose. Out of bounds on the full. So resultant free kick will go here to Gamma. Said had a bit of it. Quickly goes inboard. Picks out a teammate there in Kuiper. Kuiper nurses in the centre pitch area to Fanning, who actually had to shield his eyes from the sun. Bit strange here in the hills in winter time. Ball fed back here. Dogs go inside 50. Lurking, here's Carissa, proven goal kicker. Runs around to improve the angle and finishes it nicely, Shane Collins. Just what they needed.
Yeah, the forward entries, they're getting plenty of them, but they just haven't been executing. So that was better, but you can see the ball movement's being slowed down and they're using the middle of the ground. Full kudos to Blake Fanning here. He's 6 or 8 minutes while Dan Scholl's been off, has been outstanding in the ruck and getting involved in forward movement, which is really important as a ruckman. So I think Onkas are getting enough of the ball. They're just got to keep breaking the game down, slowing it down and utilising their forward movements by hitting targets more often.
So a good fight back here by the Dogs as a trail by 5 points at half time. Rams getting the opening goal to third turn and 2 successive goals to the Dogs has them in front by the Bears. The margin, there's that margin again, boys. 53-52. So back in the centre. Strong attack in the ball there by Rubchik. Izzy got it across to Yench. Yench long on that booming left foot. Darcy Hurrigan, good use of the body there against the Knot. Got rid of him at the vital moment.
Riley Sinnott. And this is the only problem with playing Blake Fanning in the ruck is Blake's ability to have the long arms at full back's really important for the club. But with Blake going into the ruck, Riley Sinnott's had to go and play him.
He's got the Stephen Copping and Inspector Gadget arms, hasn't he? Fanning,
Big
when you
fan,
need him.
yep.
So Darcy Hurrigan, chance for his second goal of the afternoon. He's had a couple of shots, which he's missed, so important here. Chance to reply for the Rams. Long bomb, will it carry? No. Close to the goal line.
Kuiper.
In fact, the mark taken there by Kuiper. So Zachary Kuiper, last line of defence. Right on the goal line for the Doggies as they hold off another attack by determined Rams. Goes out wide, half-back flank area. Jeffries is the target and takes the mark. So Benny Jeffries, what's on offer surveying? Not a lot. So it looks like you have to kick to a contested bat. Leonard, 1 grab, 2 grab, and perhaps infringing an attempted marking contest. So the veteran in Leonard, long way from home, usually see him kicking in front of goals. He's on the wing, handballs off to DJ Lees. Oh, ability, agility by the big man as he got around his opponent. Nurses up the line. There's another chance there for Godden. Ball carried over the boundary line. So, David Lees.
But yep, once again,
turning on a sixpence.
Yeah, just once again a role player in. He came in about a month ago and has had a lot of injuries this year, but he's valuable off the bench, just playing a few minutes here and there.
So Fanning got it down, Sharks his own tap, gave it to Tanner, in turn gave it to Chipiana. Handballs up here to Vines. He's got time to turn steady, puts it forward, but once again, how many times I said that this afternoon? Powell intercepts Robbie Shield, puts it out here towards Cross. Could have run on, but decides to stop. Prop, pass up the line to Swedetsky. So Swedetsky in the true wing area. He's got Cross in support, gives it back to him by hand. So Swedetsky up the line. Here's Hurrigan. Bit of push and shove.
What's the difference
to the
there?
front. I don't know. Das said, oh, don't argue. Gives it back into Muller. Threads his way clear. Nurses it forward to Hollow, who's run on. Hollow and turn. He's got a couple loose in the corridor, and he's passed it across to Mussolino,
Unbelievable.
who kicked the first goal to term for the Rams. So you'd expect here from 45 metres out, dead in front at the left footer, because past Harndorf player will add his second and pull them back in front. They trail by the barest margin at the moment. Yeah, well, sometimes they go for you, Shane and Rob, but sometimes they go against us. So Mussolino. High kick. It's got the carry.
Good kick.
So Mussolino, with his second of the term, has put them back in front. Rams. They go to 8-4. Sorry, 9-4 to 8-5. So 5-point margin here. And a great game of footy. Jaden and Indy, just quickly, stats that matter.
Cheers, thanks, Pistol. So 46 kicks to 40 in favour of Onkas. The handballing count 13 to 11 in favour of Nairne, and the marks 23 to 16 in favour of Onkas. Indy?
8 inside 50s to 14 in favour of Onkas, but 3 centre clearances to 1 in favour of Nairne.
So 2 goals apiece in this third term, so the margin is still as it was at half-time. 5-point in favour of the Rams. Back in the centre.
Leonard in the ruck now.
Yeah, batting down comes Vines, runs out of centre for the Dogs, puts them deep inside 50. Leonard got his hands to it, dispossessed. Cocciolone tries to burst his way through. Shot there from Mayo, and it's rather fortunately playing the benefit of playing in front of Flo Shane. It's fallen in the hands of Jakey Adcock. So the big boy, chance for his second and just wrench that lead back of what's been a fluctuating third term. So Jake Adcock, right from the edge of the goal square, no problems at all for the big man. So once again, the reply comes, Shane.
Yeah, that was, it's interesting. Dan Scholl might be in a bit of trouble. He hasn't come back on, and now Mike Leonard's been thrown in the ruck. I would suggest that I'll buzz over there at three-quarter time and see what's happened. But yeah, that was better out of the middle, and it's just the ball use going forward. They've just got to clean that up, Onkas, and they'll be okay. But full credit to Nairne, as I said before. Their pressure's been outstanding today, and they're really giving themselves every chance.
So a good clearance there came from Andy Vines. You can see him just urging on his team. Come on, boys. 5-point lead, 1-point lead as we head into three-quarter time. 9-5 to 9-4. Can we get another before the break? And
geez, the 1-point thing's been a big thing today, hasn't it?
well, we're saying to the boys, they're the 1-point specialists, boys here.
Has Jaden got the stats? When's the last time 3 games in a row were won by a point?
I'm sure he'll have it by the end of the game for you, Shane. So, waiting for umpire rule to recommence. The bright red Sharon. Great conditions for footy in the middle of August. So, here we go. Leonard in ruck. Got the ball down, tries to fold up. He's got assistance from Lee. Stuck to Chutney. Could have got a free kick. Cricket pitch area. Quick hands from Leonard. Got it out the back door. The green side, I think it was. He got it to Chipiana, who nurses it across here and finds Gamma on the wing. Been very busy. Nurses a short kick to Lees, who's run on. So DJ turns on the right. Quickly got his kick away as goes forward, but falls short and in front.
Powell's taken his 87th mark for the day. Or it could be 88, actually.
Benny Powell, what a great footballer he is.
He's a star, isn't he?
He is actually, certainly is. Of course, played some times with Torrens Valley before joining the Rams. Up there, nearly a chance here for Gamma. Got the back here, big sheets intervenes with the big hand. Goes back and gets it. Back door to Connolly, gets a high kick, goes higher and goes longer. Camped up, there's Rupchik, brings the ball to ground. Well done, young man. Follows it up, spills out the back door to Leonard. He's locked up in a tackle, going nowhere. So once again, that pressure tackling, Mussolino on that occasion for the Rams. So we'll have it right on the edge of the centre square, right in front of the Dreammaker. Trust you enjoying our coverage and great work by Cameron Dallas Rogers. Leaving high was Connolly, got the ball down here to Rupchik. Flicks out, well gathered by Nicky Jens. On the left, goes long towards the top of the square. Hurricane once again. Great body work on Sinot. And takes another strong mark to Big Das. So great work around the clearances there. And Jens with that penetrating long left has found his fellow left footer in Big Darcy Hurricane here. So the chance for his second goal, as he had a couple of shots. Sprayed him. The last one was a bit of a Robbie Shearwood shocker. There he is.
Hey, boy, I'd just actually ask you, Pistols, you've seen Nairne a few times. We've only seen him, obviously, once from an Onka's point of view, but you see enough today to say, gee, they're actually on the right path. But, like, you know, some of their stoppage work's been outstanding. Their pressure's outstanding. Das is obviously one of the best targets in the comp. You know, from your point of view, why haven't they had the results, you know, over the year that they're showing today that they're due and can do?
Skill error.
Yeah. Just skill? Yeah.
Well, also a young, as Robbie Shearwood said, skill, but also a young side, I suppose, with so many young guys to played at potential and up to their ability for 4 full quarters.
Yep.
Not just a quarter, as even Lackas talking to him before the game, he said he just 10 minutes. And even Jack Revington, who we had on earlier before the game, also their injured captain. But as Lackas said, there's been 6 games that's probably under a goal. He said you win 3 of them and they're in the mix.
Yeah,
so,
fair.
as you said, they've been around the mark, just haven't been able to deliver.
Because I remember being, I reckon, round 2 or something last year we watched him and said exactly the same thing back then. So you would think that you would hope that there was some progression for that sort of thing.
So both sides forced to use backup ruckman with the Binder and Sherwoff for their respective sides, and there's actually Connolly who's rucking at the moment, the youngster against the veteran in Leonard. Oh, Connolly bundled him out the way, won the tap. Here's Chipiana, cricket pitch area, fed it out to Vines, what bounce from. Yes, he does. He's under pressure. Oh, great chase.
Good pressure.
Great chase and capture there by Harry Hollow. Hands it back to Yench. He goes long with that left. There's Das again. Almost a repeat of the previous entry, but this time Sinnott wins out, nurses up line and finds it back in the hands of Vines. Yeah, Nairne just needing that consistency in the occasion. So Vines nurses up the line. Adcock's the target. Comes off the hands of Rogers. Clearing kick by Lockie May. Bouncing out towards the wing. Comes back to Vines. He gets an equally quick kick, high kick back. May, but standing behind the pack and saying thank you very much is the big Jake who takes the mark, but now he will be forced to kick after the siren here. So it'll be interesting to see as Shane Collins departs to find what's going on around the huddle. So Jake Adcock, as we said, has kicked 2 for the afternoon already, Rob. So the opportunity here, this will take his best kick, as he said. He'd be kicked from about 48 metres, sorry. Yeah, virtually just on the edge of the 50 mark, given he doesn't want to get close to the man on the mark, which is Nick Yent. So Adcock, pressure on him, everyone standing and watching.
That's a nice kick.
That's a nice kick by the big man, but just falls short, and the Nairne defenders make sure it doesn't cross the line. So that's all she cried for the 3rd term. Exciting game set up here. They'll turn for home with the same margin as they had at half-time. That's Nairne up by 5 points, 10-4 to 9-5. And gee, Rob, exciting game of footy we got here.
Yeah, 5 points at half-time, I think it was, Pistols.
Yep, same margin,
Then we had ebbs and flows where both teams had opportunities to kick goals, and some they got, some they missed. But, yeah, we're back. We're still at 5 points, still in Nairne's favour.
Yep.
So 10-4 to 9-5. Yeah, so looking forward to a cracking last quarter if it's anything to go by what the rest of the game's been. So, but as we said to Collo during the quarter, if Nairne can keep their mistakes to a minimum, they're a chance here. So, yeah, looking forward to what the final quarter holds.
Absolutely. So as we take a breather in the Dreammaker, we'll just pass outside to the astute 1 point specialists in Jaden and Indy. Take it away, boys.
Thank you, Pistols. When I look at these statistics for the 3rd quarter at least, it actually surprises me that Nairne do have their noses in front, because the inside 50 count in that quarter was 9-17 in Onka's favour. Now, Nairne technically made less or more out of less in that instance, but I personally think that when it comes to crunch time in particular, this is where Nairne have fallen apart in a lot of games this year, which is just not getting enough repeat entries and dominating the territory at the most crucial times. Now, their centre clearance advantage, 4-3 in that quarter, but genuinely pretty big for the game as well, has at least helped Nairne to get a little bit more momentum going forward, and it's given them first response. And that's in spite of a decent advantage in hit-outs. It was only 11-13 in Onka's favour that quarter, but at the very least, I feel like Onkas are getting first tap to the ball, but Nairne's Crummers just seem to be getting first use from my perspective. But I am a little bit concerned about a quarter like this, because all it takes is locking the ball into their forward half for Onkas to get those repeat entries. And I think Nairne were lucky that Onkas didn't punish them as hard with some of those repeat entries as well, because, well, the scoreboard once again reflects something very different to what these stats are showing. So Nairne do have their noses in front, but they are very much far from a locked-in result. Jaden.
Cheers. Thank you, Indy. So the stats for the 3rd quarter, 56-46 in the kicking count in favour of Onkas. They won the marking count too, 28-18. So that's probably the biggest margin in that count for the day as well. Handballing count, 16-15 in favour of Nairne. And Nairne also won the tackling count, 38-31. So and they lead that count by 7 in total of the game. So the pressure has been good most part of the game as well. And Nairne's score of 19 in that quarter is a equal highest third quarter score for the year as well. And just some fourth quarter stats between these two sides, Bristol. So Onka's average a score of 32 in the last quarter against Nairne. So the 5 goals. So it's more about if Nairne can really hang on and keep the pressure up, because Onka's also averaged a score of 20 in the last quarter where this year, and Nairne only averaged a score of 13. So it'll be interesting to see how the Rams can hold up here, Pistols.
Hi, this is umpire Pete Humphreys, and the best decision you can make is to listen to HFL Media.
Hi folks, it's Graham Corn speaking, and you're taking the best of Adelaide Hills community footy right here on HFL Media.
G'day, this is Tony Modger, and there is always plenty of top marks with the coverage of Hills community football here on HFL Media.
You are indeed on Hills Footy, coming to you live through the Call of the Wild, of course proudly supported by Chris Shaw Accounting and Mortgage Choice, and today at Nairne Club sponsors Gage Road Brewery, Salute, Adelaide Hills Toyota and Ray White. We thank them very much for the support as we're in the midst of the three-quarter time. Onka's staying in their huddle very much longer. The Nairne players are actually in position, ready to go, and why wouldn't they? As they lead 10-4, 64 to 9-5, 59. So they led by 5 points. Actually, just recapping the game, they led. Onka's led by 3 points at quarter time, Rob. Nairne, as we said, by 5 points at half time, and Nairne still holding that 5-point margin here at the final change. So as we said, we've seen Nairne a number of times through the year, Rob. They just can't seem to hold on. But today a very good chance, and of course give Daniel Lackenby his final home game victory.
Be a great send-off for him. So
absolutely.
Yeah, let's see if they had the chance to go 16 points up in that quarter. Darcy kicked into the man on the mark. So let's see how they go.
So all underway. Umpire Mark Smith holds the ball up. We're away. Final term here. Anyone's game. Archer Conley against George Dent. First clearance away by Rupchek for Nairne inside their 50. Onka's Dogley holding the ball in there. Was the youngster in Phoenix Lions. Ball held out to him, so umpire rule will ball up right inside the 50-metre arc. Betting flicks it cleverly over the back. First to get there is George Dent. Ball fed out here. Johnny Greenside trying to break clear. Good tackle applied by Pegler for the Rams. So once again, umpire rule will ball up in that arc line area. Big leap was George Dent. Got it down here to Jeffries. Got a clearing kick away, vacant wing area. First get to be Power, it's set for him. Tried to trap it. Coming in strongly on him was Tanner. Allowed Lees to kick the ball forward for the Dogs. Good defensive work there by Lockie May. Had 2 to beat. Here's Tanner sweeping the veteran. Can he grab it? Yes, goes backwards to another experienced footballer in Jeffries. High kick. Good defensive work there. Brings the ball down. Meanwhile, off the ball, there's been a bit of push and shove by the looks of it. And the free kick, I think, has been paid against Swedetsky, possibly it is.
Yep.
And the free kick is going to go the way of the Doggies.
That was behind the pack Pistols there.
Yeah, it's through the age there, Tommy Mayo. Yeah, it wasn't the actual marking contest, Rob. It was out the back, so to speak. So Tommy Mayo, the opportunity here, put the Dogs back in the lead. So Tommy Mayo, 21 goals for the season, the same number he wears. Yet to get on the board this afternoon, but he's picked an opportune time too, as he's put that one straight through. So the first goal inside the 2-minute mark has gone to the Dogs, as they move to 10-5 to 10-4. So 10-6 is showing the scoreboard. So maybe the half-time, three-quarter time score was 4-point margin.
Adjusted it.
They have adjusted, so yeah, 10-4 to 9-6, so 2-point ball game. So Onkas just nose ahead in this important game, the Doggies, for them. Three-quarter time at Heathfield Oval, Urada 8-8, leading Mount Lofty 6-6, so important result as far as the Dogs go over there. Meanwhile, ball out of the centre, Rupchik with his nose over it. Elijah looks for support, gets it out here to Conley, ducks to Chutney, taken high. And the young man will win the free kick. So working pretty hard, started up forward and been used as a pinch hitter ruckman here this afternoon for the Rams. So Conley runs his distance and goes bang, looking for Das. Also,
great grab.
Hurricane, amazing, mate. He looked well out of position there. Had two doggies to beat. Hollow was in front of him, his teammate. And Hurricane plucking a very good mark by taking an apple off a tree there, Rob. Was the big Das.
Yeah, never looked like it, did he? And then all of a sudden, these two telescopic arms.
So he kicked the goal just before the three-quarter time siren. So can the champion full forward reply to the opening goal in this final term by the Dogs? So Big Das take one of his best kicks here. As far as length goes, he'll probably kick from 45 metres. Virtually straight in front. So the number 5, long sleever.
It's a nice kick, he likes it.
Salutes the judge as soon as he kicked it. He knew it was on target. So Hurricane, he's third for the afternoon, takes him to 32 for the season. And a vital reply there. And what's been a fluctuating game all afternoon is certainly continuing on that vein here on the call with the Wild as the Rams move back in front of the Bulldogs. 11-4-70 to 10-6-66. So 4-point ball game here in favour of the Rams. Trust you enjoying our call. Worldwide stream and also on Lofty FM. Great game of footy. So Connolly back in the centre against George Dent. One to tap down, taken by Rubchik. One step and bang out of the centre. Down towards Hurricane territory. This time Zach Kuiper intercepts the ball, takes a mark. Waste no time, puts the green side. He's under pressure from Beckler, who made him earn it. The young man and the past Sturt
50.
premiership player showing his experience, but also winning a 50-metre after perhaps awkward challenge by the youngster. So he's right in the centre of the ground near the cricket pitch area. In fact, the man on the mark is right in the centre circle. Chips it forward to the lead there of Leonard. So Michael Leonard, as we said, good to see him back in the season side this year for the Dogs. Puts it forward. And Adcock just using his strength there. Handballs it off the Chipiana on the run.
Ooh,
and he's just nursed it through. I tell you what, another thickness coat of paint on the post that would have hit it, but doesn't matter. The result was what they needed for the Dogs, and just Adcock using his strength there, take the mark, handball off the Chipiana, run in goal. Jaden and Indy.
Cheers, thanks, Pistol. So 7 kicks to 3 in favour of Onkas, and also the marking count 3-2. Indy.
First 3 consecutive centre clearances of the quarter were in Nairne's favour. That was the only time where Onka seemed to score from the defensive half, and they might want to do that more, but it'll probably be more reliable to get centre clearances on their own terms.
So back in the centre, umpire Smith sets it up. Connolly with a high tap, got the ball down, then goes and sharks it. Well done, young man. He's brought the ground. Dispossesses Yetch. Oh, doesn't know what he's doing. Finally gets a clearance kick back here to Kadich. He's caught up too. Young May under pressure. Lockie May's got through to beat Chipiana, but managed to get the ball out here to a teammate. In Skara, here's a chance for the Dogs, taken away by George Dent. Mungs one up the line. It was effective as Leonard gave it to Chipiana, the last goal kicker, and finds the big man, Jake Adcock. Thinks about straightening up the ball in the corridor, but no, he'll go back and he'll kick right in front of the scoreboard, which this stage, as he glances up, sees his team 2 points in arrears, 72-70. So Jake Adcock, of course, only his 3rd game for the season, but starting to work into form with the finals looming. So Adcock, that is a magnificent kick by the big man. The goal umpire did not move. So timely goals for the Dogs here. Consecutive goals. So Adcock has now put them back in front as they go to 12-6-78 to 11-4-70. So 8-point margin now, boys, which could come in handy here.
Yeah, Nairne have to get the next goal.
It's been like goal for goal, but just gives them that 2 goals, and now they've got to get in front. So back in the centre, Connolly, George Dent. Up they go. Ball comes forward. Here's a racehorse. Yench left the ball behind. Chipiana intercepting.
Whoa.
Holding the ball. Taken too high. Perhaps a little bit fortunate there. He's held the ball on. Could have got it out. But in the meantime, he's got the free kick. That's all that matters.
And just a quick score update, Pistols. Handor 14-13. Bridgie 2-1 at 3/4 time.
Wow. 14-13 to 2-1. And we'd also tell you Blackwood's 12-11 to Achunga 6-6. Urania 8-8 to Mount Lofty 6-6. Around the grounds here on the call of the Wild, and also Kangarilla absolute cakewalking their final game of the minor round, because they'll finish minor premiers as they lead Torrens Valley 19-12 to 1 behind. So been a tough season for the Lions, Rob. They actually did get their...
They started well.
They did get their first win after, 40, maybe 50. I think it was 53 losses. But, yeah, unfortunately, looks like they're going to go out the season with a big loss, as Kangaroo well in charge there by over 20 goals at this stage. Meanwhile, back here at Cube Logistics, ring-a-ding-ding action. 78 plays 70 in favour of the Dogs. Nairne looking to reply, counter, get another goal. Get that one back, comes out into Mayo though. Mung's one forward, bouncing ball. Back in his judgments as a young man, and Rogers intercepted, sweeping handball, but it'll be mopped up here by Cocciolione, fumbles and gets back to Lees. Lees threads his way clear, gets on his left foot, nurses one to the lead of the veteran and Tanner, and Stevie Tanner takes the mark right in front of the Onka's coaching box. Quickly moves the ball up to Mayo, who's run on. So opportunity here for Onkas to increase their lead. High ball to the danger spot. Adcock's a target. But in front is his partner in crime in Leonard, as called by Robbie Sherwood, has plucked the mark, and a bit of push and shove. Perhaps a bit of frustration here for the Ram defence. Young Pegler there.
Yeah, just a bit too big in that occasion, Pistols.
Bit of push and shove. So, yeah, as you said, the experience.
Two big boys.
Two big boys. As I said, last week, the first time in 3 seasons, they've had their twin towers in the forward line working together. So here's the chance for Leonard. Kick his third for the goal. That game. Makes no mistake there. So, as Jaden J mentioned, I think their average is 5 goals in the last term against Nairne. They're certainly living up to that at the moment, Jaden.
Yes, you're right, Pistols. Yeah, an average score of 20 in the last quarter as well. So they're definitely doing that today.
So 4 goals to 1 to open this third final quarter. It's approaching 10 minutes. So the Dogs starting to take a grip on this game. 13-6, 84 to 11-4, 70 in the quarter while. So 14-point margin now. Time for the Rams to deliver and get back in this game. They've been brave all afternoon, but now is the time they're going to step up. Ruckdual, cricket pitch area. It's a Cessna flying over the top in the background, Rob. Might be some fans flying in to see the end of the game.
Yes.
Ball flicks out. Here's a chance for Bailey Muller. Looks for support. Gives it a Yedge. He's been accurate all afternoon, but unfortunately, when he wants it the most, it has deserted him. And through for a minor score. Already 4 goals on the board for Yedge. Kicked 3 in succession in that second term early. But as I said on that occasion, just letting him down. So minor score results. So, Dogs bring the ball back into play. Out of wing area in front of the Dreammaker broadcast area. Big Sheets betting, got his hands in front. Ball comes down, here's a chance. Held up there is young Izzy Rupchik. Couldn't get clear of Mayo, and the umpire's paid holding the ball. So, Mayo advances it by the bare 10 metres to Jeffries. In turn, puts it out towards the wing area, looking for Leonard. Over the back is a chance for Carissa. Caresses it up the line and finds Adcock, who's certainly come into the game after half-time, the big man. As I said, only his 3rd game for the season after a wretched run of injuries. And as the game's going on, he's getting better and finding that vital touch with the finals looming. And as we said, coupled with Leonard, will certainly give the Dogs some potency in the forward half of the ground. So Jake Adcock, Dallas Rogers, the cameraman, will be right down the barrel. So Adcock. This will really make it difficult for the Rams. Another one straight over the head of the goal umpire. And the Dogs sensed the danger, and they've replied like a good side does. And they've stretched that margin out now, Rob. 19 points, 14-6, 90 to 11-5, 71. And 12 minutes gone, Rob. So another one of those disappointing fade-outs for the Rams.
Just haven't looked like it, have they, in the last quarter to start with? So, but still got half a quarter to go, so...
Absolutely.
Only 3 goals.
As I said, other 3-quarter time scores. Uri 8-8, Mount Lofty 6-6, Blackwood 12-11, Chunga 6-6, Harndale 14-13, Raiders 2-1, and Country Division Kangaroo 19-12, Torrens Valley 1 behind. Here's a chance now. Hurrigan up the ground, runs out the centre square, goes long for the Rams, bouncing ball. Wrong side of the post, unfortunately, through for a minor score. And as you crave goals, last 2 scoring attempts have been minor ones for the Rams. Kick out deep in the back pocket, finds Matty Dean. very happy to just take his time as the shadows start to encroach on the ground. So Dean puts the ball up the line. Pack sets itself. Connolly in the front. Got his hands to it. One grab, two grab. Completes the mark. So Archer Connolly quickly moves on. He's got a lead here from Big Betting. He's got two to beat. Over the head. Comes mopped up there by Sinnott for the Dogs. Puts it out wide to Chipiana. As a Bulldogs player down behind play. Slowly getting to his feet now. I think it might be Jeffries. As the Dogs keeping control of the ball on the outer side wing. I think it's Sinnott shading his son out of his eyes. Gets the ball across here to a teammate. Nurses up the line to young Phoenix. Lines, turns, delivers to half-forward flank area to the veteran and Tanner. He's got support there from Gamma. Gamma walks the ball over the line under pressure there from Baden Willis. And also Sarah Katnick. So, ball thrown in. Conley wins the tap. Snaffled by Jeffries. Puts the Dogs back inside 50. Danger territory, 2-on-1 there. Leonard mopping up there as Powell has been so good all day. For the Rams, puts it back out towards the wing area. Conley in the box seat. Stands his ground and takes a good mark as he had an opponent and Dean bearing down on him. So the youngster, first year with the club. So Archer Conley been pretty impressive. As I said, on this growing and developing bunch of young Rams. So Conley nurses along. Here's a chance for Betting. Was pushed out of the contest. Umpire let that go. Perhaps a bit of Logie work there from Big Sheets. And the Boundary Academy boy will pluck the ball back into play. So 14 and a half minutes gone. You suggest the Dogs probably with a firm grip on the game now as Jeffries works the ball up. Here's a chance for Swedetsky. Crumbs the ball, puts it back only as far as Jeffries. Tap, who grabs the ball, sweeps it out here. Here's Dean once again, Matty Dean. Calls for his teammates to come forward. Puts it up there. Looking at his Leonard, got his hands to the ball, goes to ground. Flicked out here to Gamma on the left. Puts it towards the pocket area. Race on now, well gathered there by Mayo. And Powell wraps him up in a solid tackle. And just nurses him over the boundary line. Make sure all's well. So, right in front of the scoreboard, 14-6. Onkas, Nairne Bremer, 11-5. Throw in. May doing the ruck work down in front. Nursed out here to Mayo. Quick gather, kicks towards the corridor, lumbering out there. Oh, it was Leonard who flicked it towards Chipiana in turn. Gives it back here towards Jeffries, trying to push his way forward. Nairne holding firm. Here's the big man and Adcock getting involved. Finally, Nairne, can they win a clearance? Yes, they can. No, intercepted here. Carissa with a flying shot. Through for a minor score. Jaden and Indy, stats.
Cheers, thanks, Pistol. So 28 kicks to 9. Just how Uncles are dominating at the moment as well, and 10 marks to 3. Indy.
Well, despite the steamrolling, there isn't much of a difference in the inside 50 count. It's only 7-8 in favour of Onkas.
So young Rogers with a kick out for Nairne. Out here, there's Archer Conley. Good contest there, but Jack Zordzet wins out. Quickly plays on for Onkas towards the corridor. And finds a teammate there. So damning stat there, 28 kicks to 9 as Benny Jeffries was the recipient of that quick movement from George Dent after he outmarked Connolly. So you can just see the body language here of some of the Nairne guys have been so brave for 3 terms, but once again, that curse perhaps not being able to play out a full game. So they said Jeffries not a proven goal kicker in his defensive role. He's given this one a good oik. But unfortunately, it's just gone to the wrong side of the post, so another minor score. Just extends the lead a little bit more. 14-8 plays 11-5, so 92 plays 71. So 21-point margin now. It's going to be difficult. A 17-minute ticks over for the Rams. Rogers brings the ball back quickly down the ground. But once again, George Dent takes a good intercept mark. He's got a loose man out wide and Gamma searching around for options. Finally, looks like he's going to go long out to Tanner. The veteran all out there on his own takes a mark. As the shadows, as we said, creeping across the ground and suggesting also the shadows are falling on Nairne's chances of winning this game. Onka's just worked the ball forward to Cozzolioni, who takes the mark on the edge of the forward 50 arc. So Mitch Cozzolioni, proven goal kicker. 18 for the season, Rob, but unfortunately hasn't got on the scoreboard this afternoon himself personally, been involved in a few movements.
He's come
Looks like
back
Dars Hourigan is over there giving him a bit of advice, and as you said, he's got to run up longer than, well, Bob Willis back in his test days for England, ran in from the side screen. So Cocciolione actually ended up getting close to the man on the mark, so his kick falls short in the end, off hands and through for a minor score, but good enough to extend that lead to, 22 points now, 71 to 93. So it suggests the sands of time are running out for the Rams. A disappointing result when they were right in the game at three-quarter time, leading by 4 points. So ball comes back through agency of Rogers, off hands from a couple of dogs, taken by Mussolino, sweeping handball out wide.
Our man Hollow.
In turn gets the run of Lockie Cross, has one bounce as he'll run towards the 50-metre arc. Puts it, here's a chance for Connolly. 3 to beat though, and numbers win out as mopped up here by Kuiper. Touches the ball on the ground, surveys what's on offer. Then he'll kick it out here, picked out Gamma on the wing area. Gamma takes a good mark as Hollow's run on to contest that. Sorry, it's young Scara, but a good mark there to Gamma. As I said, former Ram made his return to his past home deck. Played pretty serviceably this afternoon. Just slowing the ball down, why not? Plenty of time on the hands of the Dogs. So puts it in front of the Dreammaker wing area. And a good strong mark by Jake Adcock. Handballs to the run of Mayo, missed the target. Mayo had to work hard to actually gather the ball. In the end he does, then kicks it forward and finds Chipiana. So the Dogs just swarming all around now, certainly on the run. They're off the leash and he nurses it forward. I think this is young Godden who slipped the leash and found some space. Jacob Godden kicked actually the opening goal of the game for Onkas at the 11-minute mark in the first term, so the chance to add his second as bookends for the Dogs as they lead at 14-9-93 to 11-5-71, so 22-point margin in favour of the Dogs. Kenny increase it here by the maximum, puts it on the line. That's only the minor so 23-point margin they stretch it to. A good game of footy here for 3 quarters, but once again, the Dogs just lifting. Ball comes back in through Rogers. Big leap by Connolly. Got his hands to it. The man in front has been paid. Connolly taking the mark, but they've alleged that he took it out of the hand, the grasp of Sinnott. So Riley Sinnott said coached his under-18s team to a 1-point win in the early game. He's picked up Andy Vines. So Sinnott will go home. And of course, the B-grade game was a 1-point margin, also in favour of the Dogs, but more substantial here in the senior game this afternoon. Ball flicked out towards Yench on the left, gets out towards the wing area. Here's young Izzy Rupchik with the ball set for him. Got Matty Dean to meet. Close to the line now, he's got 2 to beat us. Well done as he got out to Muller. Greenslade, plenty of experience, got it back there, zigzagging his way through and kicking it forward was Gamma. Here's a chance for young Rogers, the young man, played in that under-18s, lost by a point earlier in the day. High kick away, Betting camped under it, nicely used as a climbing frame by Zach Georgette. Gets the ball back from Jeffries to 1 and 2, has a shot towards the goals, off hands there of Sarah Katnich through for a minor score. So what do we got there? 5-5 Onkas have added this quarter to 1-2 by Nairne. So the proof in the pudding is on the scoreboard, as they say. So Nairne putting the ball forward. Here's Connolly. He's paid that mark. As umpire Smith as the ball's gone on, but it will come back here to young Connolly. Good mark there in opposition to Phoenix Lions. So Archer Connolly runs off the mark onto his left. It goes long. I tell you what, it's all Dogs back there. Darcy-Gurrin 2 to beat. Ball comes to ground. The cavalry wins out for the Dogs. Sweeping handball misses the target in Sinnott, but he's good enough to gather it. Puts it up towards Gamma, who's been pretty busy this afternoon. He has. Nurses the inboard and finds a teammate there on the edge of the cricket pitch area in Mayo. Mayo in turn goes out towards Cocciolione, who just manages to take the mark as the cavalry arrives in the form of Cross. And there's that man Powell, this time high leap, didn't mark it, but good defensive spoil as Chipiana's bundled over the boundary line in front of the interchange area, and that's got no good signs. He's a bit slow to get up there. Hopefully he's all right. Finals on the horizon for the Dogs. Don't want any more injuries. They've had a horror run this season. Ball fed out here to Lyons. Lyons nurses it forward, get his hands to the ball.
Well done.
There was Leonard, but mopping up the defence of Nairne. Put it out wide. Here's Matty Dean. He's got a couple to beat. Coughs up the ball. Paid advantage to Mussolino. One bounce. He's on his favoured left. Puts it long. Darce territory. Fanning versus Hurrigan. Hurrigan in front and completes the mark.
Too strong.
Too strong, as called by Robbie Sherwood. So big Darce chance here. Kick his 4th for the day, which will give him 33 for the season. But disappointing when he kicked that goal early in the term. The Dogs were only about a point up, I think, but since then they've just rattled home. They've kicked
Kicked the
4.
last 5, I think. Hasn't
Yeah,
it?
last 5. So Hurrigan, deliberate shot here. Talking about run-ups, mate. He's got a fair running in
He
from the
has
District
too.
Hotel.
Don't want to hit the man on the mark.
No, which is Blake Fanning. So
He'll kick
Hurrigan
this. Look at his fist. He likes
nurses
it.
it through. He's happy, but probably not the enthusiasm when he kicked the early goal in the term, because they were right in the game. But now it's all academic, I guess, as he's put through the 12th for the Rams. But as I said, the horse has long bolted
Yes.
up Sydney Road. And the Dogs will return home with a pretty good win. They lead 14-11, 95 to 12-5, 77. So what's that, back to 18-point margin. So 3 goals will draw the game, but 24.5 minutes gone. Unless there's an extended time, or they get a rattle on, I think that's all she cried, Rob.
Yep.
Back in the centre. Ruck one there by George Dent.
Here we go.
Rubchik, Izzy got it back to Conley. Perhaps they are going to make a run home, but
good grab.
good defensive mark taken there by
George
Kuiper. No, Kuiper nurses it across here. Finds a teammate, Jeffries. Jeffries in turn nurses up to Mayo, who's come into the game pretty well in the latter halves. So Tommy Mayo kicked the first goal of their onrush in this last quarter. Nurses up the line. So the Dogs just playing, happy to play possession football, and why not? That was young Godden, high kick. Oh, big lead there, almost taken. Ball sped forward, up here to Adcock. And Jake Adcock, who's certainly grown in stature as the game has progressed. I think that might have been Greenslade who got the ball. Hands the ball off here. Running around, man on the mark, putting it forward to Mayo. He just had a possession on the half-back flank area, Rob. Just shows the work rate of this Onka Valley side. And now he will have a shot in front of the Sean Tate Bar terraced area, where the Ram supporters probably not as enthusiastic as they were for the first 3 quarters. As I said, their side certainly showing they can mix in Division 1 ranks. There's no doubt about that, but just perhaps need a little bit more icing on the cake to seriously
couple of
win
hard
games.
knocks.
Exactly. So Mayo, I said, kicked the opening goal this third final term
Point.
for the Dogs, but this occasion it's over for a minor score. So they move on to 14-15 to 12-5. So back to 19 points. So Yench runs out the square, goes long. Cocciolione in the box seat, looking for Hurrigan. Handballed on by Cross. Handball at the back door there to Jack George Dent. Coming to meet us, Cocciolione close to Bandai. Got it back to George Dent. Improvised a high kick to get out of trouble. And he has found Jeffries. So Jeffries streaming forward in this last term. Puts towards the danger area as far as the defence. But Lockie May getting back there and fisting it over. Conceding the point for the Rams. So once again, it'll be young Rogers to bring the ball back and play for the Rams. Picks out a target and Conley got his hands to it and infringed the marking contest. Paid the free kick. So the young man, yeah, he was infringed. So the Onka's fans and players perhaps don't like it, but it was there. So Archer Conley, as I said, battled pretty hard this afternoon. Improvised in the ruck after injury to Big Binder. Second term, I think it was. Also Daniel Shell going off, so wish him all the best. Meanwhile, the ball comes back here to Godden. Kicks in the path for Tanner. Will it sit for the veteran? Yes, it will. Will he try a bit of a miraculous stuff? I tell you what, across the face of goals.
And out of bounds.
For a minute there by the Royal crowd, I thought he'd done the impossible. Lockie May works the ball up the line to Powell. It was so good for 3 quarters till the floodgates opened. So Powell, front of the scoreboard, which reached 14-13. The Dogs, 12-5. Nairne, 20-point margin in favour of the visitors. Out wide, good mark taken by Cross. flips it over the top to Conley, who's certainly had a big half. Gives it back to Cross in the 1-2. The youngster goes forward. Here's a chance for Hurrigan. He's got the sit from behind. Ball comes down the front. Lines handballs across to Dean. In turn goes back to Sinot, who manufactures a little kick towards Consiglione off hands. Comes back to Dean. Handball back to Greenslade, who's got back in support and finds Phoenix Lines. So the youngster nurses the ball straight up the centre. Here's Lines. Vines grabs it if he doesn't fall over, which he does. Right in the centre circle. And there it is. Final siren sounds a 20-point margin. 12-5. 77 to 14, 13, 97. So a game which promised so much in his final appearance as a coach in a home game here at Cube Logistics for Daniel Lackenby has unfortunately turned, well, pear-shaped, be one way of putting it, Rob, or if you want to use a certain colour. Unfortunately, what are we talking about? 5 goals to 2 final term. As we'll go down to the boys for the stats that matter, but as Jaden J suggested at 3/4 time, the average in the last quarter for Onkas, I think it was 32 points. He gave the figure.
Yep.
And they've kicked 37. They've actually kicked 37. They've kicked in their final quarter today to 2-goal 2 to run out, as I said, convincing 20-point winners. So as the shadows are just about engulfed Cube Logistics, I also might be getting a little bit chilly down there. A man who's probably slept well tonight. He's done a very good job today with the under-18s, which was a sort of 1-point margin, a bit more defining for Onka Valley on this occasion as they've won the A grade by 20 points. So final call, the stats that did matter in the game. Jaden J. Hill and first C2 Indy 500 Rogers.
Thank you, Pistols. Well, we wouldn't have been able to do the Senior Colts game without the influence of the best men in the business, of course, so we give credit to you and Goldie for that. But I feel like at full time, one thing I need to reflect on is that last quarter, because the sun set over the ground in the last quarter, and so did the home team, because it was extremely disappointing to see another empty finish to a game from Nairne, and it's happened too many times this year, unfortunately. The inside 50 count at full time was 43 to 66 in favour of Onkas. The hitouts were 35 to 54 in favour of Onkas, so already losing to stoppage work, but the centre clearances were 18 to 10 in favour of Nairne. They were getting the first ball users in the right position. They were getting the ball moving forward, but ultimately it was Onkas coming out with more ferocity, and they didn't get too concerned about losing the first ball users as much as they did composing themselves from the defensive half, which Nairne just didn't have an opportunity to do. They couldn't get the ball from coast to coast. Onkas could, and in that last quarter, more importantly, Nairne just lost so much energy. And one of my least favourite terms to use in football is the term choke. But that was defiantly a choke from Nairne, and we've seen it many times this year as well. Too much is being relied on from too few. I mean, you can criticise the shots here again missed, but there needs to be more depth and firepower coming from that forward line as well. There's a lot to criticise about that performance from Nairne, and really the story today is the story of the rest of their year. It's too much being relied on from too few, and a lot of games which they're very much in, they come with the effort, but their tank runs out by the last quarter, and the shadows cast over the ground, and more importantly, that's when Nairne went to sleep. But for some more advanced stats, I have to take it over to Jaden J. Hill.
Cheers. Thank you very much, Indy. So just the final stats here. So the kicking count, 176 Nairne, 210 Onkas. It was actually 147 to 146 before that quarter, and Onkas kicked 64 of 64 kicks to 29 in that quarter, so dominated that area. The handballing count, Nairne won in that quarter, 20 to 18, but they lost at 70 to 70, so Onkas won that one too. Onkas got 30 marks to 8 in the last quarter, Pistols, so dominant in that area as well, Onkas, so 84 to 58 in favour of Onkas in the marking count. The tackling count, this is where Nairne can hold their heads high, I reckon. Their pressure was really good at most part of the game, so 147 tackles to 135. They won that count they actually won that count in every quarter. So well done to Nairne. Apart from the first quarter, but 24 to 19 in the last quarter. So well done to Nairne with their pressure as well. Just unfortunately couldn't get the result today. Now, Onka's score of 5-8-38 is actually the highest score that Onkas have scored against Nairne in a quarter. So and it's also their highest last quarter score as well for the year, and it's also their third highest quarter score for the year as well. So well done to Onkas on that. And also, here's a record stat here, your Pistols. So the highest aggregate score between these two teams was originally 167. Well, they beat that today. It's now 174. So today was the highest aggregate score between these two teams since 2010. So there you go, Pistols. Back to you.
Thank you very much, sir. As we say, good afternoon to the two boys. As I said, they've done a fantastic job earlier in the day with the calling the under-18s, 1 point ball game, and then backing up for the stats. So well done, boys. No doubt you'll sleep well tonight, that's for sure. Now, as we go around the grounds, we've got a couple of final scores we can give you for Chris Shaw Accounting and Mortgage Choice. And, well, they're the masters of suspense when it comes to tight finishes. But unfortunately, once again, going on the debit side, Urada 8-10 have defeated Mount Lofty 8-7. Now, if I recall, their previous meeting early in the year, it was a 1 point margin.
Yes, it was.
Lofty rattled home. They've done the same thing here today.
Yep.
And, well, there we go. It's, So 8-10 to 8-7. I think that's a final score also at Harndorf.
No, it's halfway through the
halfway through the last quarter. Sorry, these are progress scores, but we have Harndorf 19-15 leading the Raiders 2-3. So they really knock around the percentage for the Raiders in their fight for the
I'd say that's it. Can't make it.
Blackwood 13-12. Chunga 7-7 progress score. Final score in Country Division, another 3-point ball game, bearing inside centenary year for both these two clubs. Birdwood final appearance for the year. They've had a wretched season with injuries, but Kersbrook have hung on to win 8-7 to 7-10. So 3-point margin to Kersbrook as they go into the finals. Kangaroo will finish minor premiers. They've absolutely crushed Torrens Valley, who had a West Adelaide look about them, Robbie. 21-14 to 2 behinds is their score. And Ironbank progressive score, I think three-quarter time they led 14-7 to Mackie 9-11. So, yeah, so interesting game of footy up there. So there we have it. But back here at Cube Logistics Oval, and just a tail with a tape, but quarter time it was Nairne leading by, the Dogs leading by 3 points.
Yep.
Half time, Nairne got in front, led by 5 points. So 4-point margin favoured the Rams at three-quarter time. 10-4 played 9-6. Thought, wow, this is set up well, but in a blistering final term, as we said, they've rattled home with 5 goals to 2. The Dogs to run out winners by 20 points, 14-13, 97, had defeated Nairne Bremer 12-5, 77. Adcock and Leonard once again combining. Adcock with 4 goal, Leonard with 3. Carissa kicked a couple as well, pretty well shared around there by the Dogs. For Nairne, well, Darcy Hurrigan, big Darcy with 2 in the last quarter, game a total of 4. Nick Jentz kicked 4 in a purple patch in the first half, kicked 1 before quarter time, then kicked 3 goals in a row in the second term. So he finished with 4, same as Hurrigan. Mussolino with 2 as well. But, just all round, but disappointing to see that fade out.
Yeah, ran out of legs. Just overrun, weren't they? They once again, they were right in the contest, and just started poorly the last quarter, and just overrun. So 5 goal to 2, and
yep. So once again, disappointing for Coach Daniel Lackenby, as he said his final coaching stint here as a home game coach. Of course, he will finish off next week as a cackle to take on Lobie. Don't forget a game that actually won last year by 1 point.
1 point. So maybe they'll do it again.
So, do it for Lackers, do it for the coach. But as I said, good game of footy up here as far as competitiveness until three-quarter time. Then Onka's just stamping.
And we didn't have a Lobie score today either, did we? Because they had full contingent.
Well, they had Mount Barker. Quarter time score we got was 6 goals to 2-3. So, our homing pigeon didn't arrive from the summit. So maybe we'll have
stuck
to
in the mud.
But there we go. All right, well, that just wraps us up. Don't forget, as we talked about our finals, because finals commencing next week in the country division, and also looking very forward to this next Sunday. Grand final day in the HFLW competition, the under-17 girls grand final, and then the HFLW Women's Open grand final, because the Mount Lofty through to the Open, having
And
won
Hahndorf.
last week, and Hahndorf are through, so their opponents will be decided tomorrow in the preliminary finals, being held at Centina Park out there at Ironbank.
That's
So
it.
if you're looking for some good women's football tomorrow, go out there, you can see it live, but don't fret if you can't make it next week. You can watch the grand final day.
Live stream.
First game from midday.
Midday,
I think so. Tune in live stream next week here on the quarter while we'll be bringing you all that action next Sunday.
Not forget, tomorrow, looking something to do down in Malang for the C grade grand final. Between,
Well, you'd be going in there, Rob, down with your Hahndorf mates.
and
Mount Barker.
Mount Barker. Yeah, so
you'd be going in there with your mates.
might go for a drive if the sun's out.
Ah,
Take the dogs down for a walk. You know, take the puppies.
Yeah, of course you would.
So
Take Kingsley down there?
Yeah, take Kings down. But so I mean, penultimate week this week in Div 1, wasn't it? So we've got the last round next week.
Big word, you've been reading.
So we won't be doing an actual Div 1 game next week. We may wander out and do the qualifying final,
which I think's Birdwood.
Yes, be at Birdwood, and that might be. We might go out
Kerr's
there.
looking, waiting to see the result. We haven't got any from Gummarack and Meadow out there today.
See who's
but
playing
anyway,
in that.
But anyway, we'll definitely tell you finals football will be on the agenda next Sunday, grand final. We love the grand final. It's a big day. They all come out. So the ladies looking forward to that, and the girls. So that'll be from Balhanna Oval here on the Quarter Wild. So that's about it. We've got to say thank you very much to Matt Narodi, who was up very early to get it
He
here.
was at the sponsors' lunch too, very buoyant, drinking
Was
a
he?
couple of reds.
Well done.
It's like Tonto on the Lone Ranger.
Is he? I could imagine.
It's a good
So
day.
as I said, thank you once again to Chris Shaw Accounting and Mortgage Choice for their support, ongoing support, because Gage Road Brewery, salute Adelaide Hills Toyota and Ray White for their support of the Nairne Club here today. So anything else you want to add, Rob?
The huddle on Wednesday night, Pistols, as usual, with Goldie and yourself, and I'm the friend. So award-winning show. Well done to you guys and big thanks for letting me just hum along. And
we appreciate the teamwork. It takes a team. It's like a footy team. It takes everyone. Everyone contributes, and thank you very much to Lofty.
Lofty
88.9 for their
support as well.
Yeah, giving us the opportunity to talk Hill sport, which we love.
So looking forward to the next 5 weeks. It's going to be pretty busy. Saturday, Sunday footy most of the way through. A couple of 2 or 3 grand finals, and it'll be done and dusted before we know it, mate. So
absolutely. All right, thank you for your work, for your
turning up after half time.
Do you get lower pay today, or is it?
Don't get paid, mate.
Is that right?
All the money goes to you guys, you know that.
Is that right? All right, we're going to thank once again the producer, cameraman extraordinaire Dallas Rogers for his wonderful work as usual. Trust you enjoyed his work on our live stream wherever you've been watching it. I said thanks to all the sponsors. Thanks to Jade and Indy for their good work. Thank you to Jack Revington for giving us some time before the game. Also for Shane Collins for popping in for a chat. And that's about it. And Goldie, who had to leave a bit early for other commitments. So on behalf of the team, this is Pistols, and we'll talk to you, as Rob said, during the week on the huddle. But until we talk again here on the Quarter Wild, keep on chasing your goals. Catch you next time.
The Call of the Wild is an HFL media production in association with Lofty Community Media. Listen to this match again at hillsfooty.com.
Hi folks, it's Graham Corn speaking, and you're taking in the best of Adelaide Hills community footy right here on HFL Media.
Hi, this is 4 times Hills Football League male medalist Brenton Smith, and you're part of the vibe of Adelaide Hills community football here on HFL Media.